Commission. The first of all, the issue was not regarding whether the Supreme Court was to ascertain that the Election Commission has the power to actually start the role, but the second one, which is the process, that how the process was undertaken by the Election Commission. The issue which was before the Supreme Court was about the timing. Now, the Supreme Court has asked the Election Commission Counsel, Mr. Trivedi, about the timing, that this rule could have been done, which should have been independent with the elections, but with elections in due time. Now, this becomes something which Supreme Court was about to quite ascertain, that this process should have been independent of election, whether or not. And the third one about the basic structure doctrine. The petitioner argued that this process was more about democracy, more about the right to vote, and the right to vote, if something happens with that, this might affect the basic structure doctrine, to which the Supreme Court agreed with the petitioner. And
we seem to have, I think you have unmuted yourself. There's some problem with your audio there, Aditya. We'll just fix that. And that's the latest update we have right now. The Supreme Court refuses to put a stay on revision of voters list, and we'll try and get more updates on that. But just let me just read out what has happened today for all those tuning in. The Supreme Court has directed Election Commission of India to consider Aadhaar card, voter ID card and ration card for the special intensive revision of Bihar electoral rolls. An important question raised in these orders says that the question is of the right to vote. So there is focus on the right to vote. At the same time, this will continue. The survey will continue. That is what has been, of course, said by the court. That has been made clear. So there is no stay. So there is, it comes as a sort of a setback for the opposition who was raising questions on this very survey. But there is relief for the electoral body, for the Election Commission, as top court declines to stay the. Okay, Aditya continues to be with us. So Aditya, well, we can say that this is, of course, a sort of, a relief for the poll body, for the Election Commission, that the survey stays, the survey continues rather. And yes, there have been just certain questions like the right of vote and the usage of Aadhaar that has been pointified by the bench.
Yes, it is. The argument which was reached by the petitioner actually draws an analogy between the two. The first one about the ROPA. The ROPA is actually the Representation of People's Act, and the second was about the Citizenship Act. Now, the issue was regarding the Citizenship Act, and this process might meddle with the right to vote, because this process actually deals with the citizens about their right to having a citizenry or not. Now, this matter was actually much more deliberated in the Supreme Court issue. The first one was about right to vote, and the second was about the process, the timing. Timing was quite important on this issue. The Supreme Court remarked orally that now this is not a summary exercise. This is neither a something which can be summary done, which was by the law, but more like a special intensive role. Now, which is actually a part of question that whether the Election Commission was in their power to enroll it with this process, though the Dwivedi did contend and did present his fact that as per the law, Election Commission is truly having an obligation, a duty to maintain a role and to maintain a rule. They must check the voters or the citizens of India to ensure the democratic right, the democracy is prevailed in the election process.
And also the fact that, Justice Dhulia also said that if you are to check the citizenship, first of all, it's not your domain. That is what has been observed by Supreme Court, has said that it is up to the MHA to determine the citizenship. And if you are to check citizenship under SIR of electoral rolls in Bihar, then you should have acted early. Of course, that is one thing that has been pointed out too, in terms of the timing, as you were saying, Aditya.
Yes, the timing is an issue. The timing has been an issue with this matter before the Supreme Court, to which we have this order. The major contention was regarding the timing, which is just before the Bihar election, which was the major friction point between the commission and the petitioners.
Right. Yes, Aditya. So, viewers, this is the breaking news we have right now, that Supreme Court has right now said that there's no stay on Bihar electoral revision. All right, Rhythm is joining us live on the broadcast. Rhythm, well, what we can say, it's a relief for the poll body, the central poll body, Electoral Commission, that there is that the survey will continue. But at the same time, this issue of citizenship, the court observes, is something that is the prerogative of the MHA.
Well, the Supreme Court has also said we are not going to stop the working of a constitutional institution. They said we cannot stop the Election Commission from conducting this. It's a constitutional institution. We will hear the case before August. In fact, they've said we will hear the case now on 28th of July. They've also said the Election Commission will continue the survey. They've also suggested the Election Commission could consider Rakshita, including the Aadhaar card. The Election Commission of India opposed it, said it should not be written in the order that EC should consider including Aadhaar. The court said, after hearing both the parties, 3 questions seem most important to us. Does the Commission have the right to conduct the survey? Is the EC's method correct? Is the timing correct? The Supreme Court said, we believe a detailed hearing is needed. The next hearing in the case will be on 20th July. They will, Election Commission will file a reply in that matter. So affidavits are going to be filed. The Supreme Court did say, we believe in the interest of justice, the Election Commission should consider including the Aadhaar card, the EC voter or the ID card, the ration card. Supreme Court has also clarified they're not issuing any interim order. The court said there is no interim stay on any survey, anything right now. They've also said that the process will continue. They've also said it's for the Election Commission to decide whether to include these 3 documents, which is the Aadhaar, the ration card, which they asked. They also said that if the Commission does not include these documents, then the basis for that will also have to be told in the next hearing. Justice Dhulia did add, in the interest, like I said, of justice, it's possible that the Aadhaar, ration card, etc. could be
English, Hindi.
However, they said this is a discretion that is being given to the Election Commission of India, and they have to then go ahead and argue this matter later on the 28th of July. They've also clarified and said we are not questioning the commission. The commission has clearly said, apart from the 11 documents, there are other documents that are also to be included. So they've said we are not questioning the documents, and they're going to see what further needs to happen. They've also said that the list of 11 documents is not exhaustive. As the order of June indicates, it is our view Election Commission will also consider the following documents if they wish to do so.
Right.
The petitioners have not pressed for an... Yes.
We have Shakti Singh of the RJ rejoining us. Shakti जी, आप बताइए कि किस तरह से आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ये जो अभी एक ऑब्जर्वेशन आई है, अभी कोई भी ऑर्डर पारित नहीं किया गया है, लेकिन जो सर्वे है जो बिहार में चल रहा है वो कहा जा रहा है कि वो जारी रहेगा, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी कहा है.
कर रहे हैं उन्होंने.
All right, we'll try and reconnect. We seem to have, yes, he seemed to have paused that phone line. We have some reactions coming in, I think. Just to listen in, viewers.
विधान के दायरे में है और रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपुल एक्ट की जो धारा 21 है, सब धारा 3 और 4 के हिसाब से चल रहा है, इसलिए उसमें कहीं भी किसी तरह की इलीगलिटी नहीं है. तो प्रमा फेसाई माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की दलील को कंसीडर करते हुए विपक्ष को किसी भी तरह का इंटरिम स्टे ऑर्डर देने के लिए इच्छुक नहीं थी. माननीय न्यायालय के मूड को भांपते हुए पिटिशनर्स ने अपने स्टे एप्लीकेशन को आज प्रेस नहीं किया है और इस तरह से इलेक्टोरल रॉल रिवीजन के मामले में माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का किसी भी तरह का स्टे ऑर्डर नहीं है. यानी कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म को आगे करेगी. रिवीजन जो है इलेक्टोरल रॉल्स का बिहार के अंदर वो चलता रहेगा और अगली तारीख 28 जुलाई 2025 माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने मुकर्रर किया है. तब तक सारे पक्षों को अपना जवाब माननीय न्यायालय के समक्ष दाखिल करना है और उसके बाद जो भी एक्सरसाइज होगा माननीय न्यायालय अगले तारीख पे तमाम बिंदुओं को विचार करके आगे की कार्रवाई चलेगी.
तीन कागजात को कंसीडर करने के लिए भी कहा है.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि जो माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के समक्ष याचिकाकर्ता जो थे उनका कहना था कि आधार कार्ड, राशन कार्ड और उनका एक और था कि वोट आईडी कार्ड जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया इशू करती है, इन 3 डॉक्यूमेंट्स को विचार करना चाहिए. माननीय न्यायालय ने कहा कि अगर इलेक्शन कमीशन चाहे तो इन डॉक्यूमेंट्स पर भी विचार कर सकती है, ऐसा उन्होंने आज अपने आदेश में लिखाया है।
मैंडेटरी नहीं है?
नहीं, ये बिल्कुल मैंडेटरी नहीं है। उन्होंने कहा कि जो वर्ड यूज किया है माननीय अदालत ने कि मे कंसीडर, तो वो कंसीडर करेंगे। अगर उनको उचित लगे कि ये कंसीडर करने के लायक नहीं है तो वो रीजन के साथ खारिज कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Viewers, we have Shakti Singh Yadav of the RJD joining us. Shakti जी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि अभी जो है इस पर SIR पर सर्वे पर कोई भी रोक नहीं लगाई जाएगी। क्या किस तरह से देखते हैं आप इसको?
उच्चतम न्यायालय के निर्णय आए हैं और अधिवक्ताओं ने अपने पक्ष को रखा है। आधार राशन कार्ड को शामिल करने के लिए भी प्रयोग किया है, क्योंकि जो असुविधाएं मतदाताओं को जो हो रही है, दिन 25 था जिसमें अब 15 दिन बचे हैं। 73% आबादी बाढ़ के चपेट में बिहार रहता है। खतरे के निशान से नदियां ऊपर बह रही है। इन परिस्थितियों में SIR जो हो रहा है तो उसमें मतदाताओं को सहूलियत, चूंकि आप जो प्रमाण पत्र मांगे जा रहे हैं उनके प्रूफ के लिए, तो स्वाभाविक तौर पर उसमें कठिनाइयां थी और इसके कारण मतदाताओं के अधिकारों का हनन का संकेत मिल रहा था। जो बाहर में रहते हैं, दिहाड़ी मजदूरी करते हैं, फिजिकल प्रेजेंटेशन की बात भी आई सामने, जबकि वो 2 बार आते हैं। तो दिहाड़ी मजदूरी का काम करते हैं, फेस्टिवल जब होता है छठ का, दुर्गा पूजा का, दीपावली का या होली में, तो होली फेस्टिवल में आते हैं और इस बीच वो काम करने के लिए बाहर जाते हैं। अगर वो लोग अपने पहचान आकर के शारीरिक रूप से नहीं देते हैं तो उनके भी वोट काट दिए जाएंगे, ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा था। तो विपक्ष ने इन सवालों को मजबूती से उठाया है। अब उच्चतम न्यायालय को जो लगा, जिस रूप में उन्होंने ऑब्जर्वेशन दिया है, हालांकि उन्होंने कहा है कंसीडर करने के लिए, अगर बावजूद भी कंसीडर अगर नहीं करती है इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया तो माना जाएगा कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया बिहार के मतदाताओं को हक छीनना चाहती है।
Okay, Shakti ji, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. So viewers, there you have there's a setback of course coming in for the opposition right now because the Supreme Court has refused to stay on the intensive this survey, that is the special intensive revision drive in Polban, Bihar, saying it, of course, they have also questioned the EC on saying that it went to the root of democracy and power to vote. However, it rejected the argument that the poll panel did not have any power to carry it out, something that the opposition has been saying, that the poll panel does not have the power to carry out such a survey, but court has rejected that. Supreme Court has rejected that argument that the election commission did not have any power to carry it out, and it will continue. Bihar survey will continue. Top court has declined to stay the Bihar voter survey. However, ECI has also justified the exercise and also said that Aadhaar was not a proof of citizenship, to which, of course, the ECI said that Aadhaar should be, why Aadhaar cannot be taken up, to which ECI said that it is not a proof of citizenship. ECI goes on to say that that is a domain of the MHA to determine the citizenship. However, it was the survey is here to stay. And this is the latest update we have. We have Rajiv Pratap Rudy, former BJP MP. Rajiv Pratap Rudy joining us on the phone line. Mr. Rudy, how do you see this development? The top court has rejected a stay on the survey in Bihar.
First, you'll have to correct my designation. I'm not a former member of parliament. I'm a sitting member of parliament and 7th term member of parliament. So from
apologies, sir. Apologies, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So in a stride, you speak anything when you think you are going on a television, but facts should be correct. A, this petition was politically motivated, and this was with a purpose of maybe considering those voters who are not legitimate and they had moved to the Supreme Court. I personally feel that we were all very sure that this petition would not be obtained by the Supreme Court because court does not appear in the process, which is a constitutional process of election, and which has been initiated, and the electoral revision which is taking place would continue, is what we are, and the entire gamut of political parties and the individuals in Bihar would be very happy about this decision.
Right, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rajiv Rudy there is a former minister and current MP from Saran in Bihar, sitting MP. And viewers, this is, of course, a setback for the India Alliance coming in as they were demanding that the survey be stopped. There should be a stay on the Bihar survey. Aditya, my colleague, continues to join us from outside the court in the national capital. So, this is something that comes as a setback, Aditya, to the opposition, because we saw the Bihar Bandh yesterday and the ruckus that was created. Okay, just hold on, Aditya. We have Rashid Alvi. Rashid Alvi joining us on the broadcast for more. Rashid Alvi, the Congress says, we saw the Bihar Bandh yesterday. And today, I mean, your party is demanding that this survey cannot go forward, but the Supreme Court has said that has rejected that claim, and this survey in Bihar will continue. So how do you see this?
We welcome have the respect for the judgment given by the Supreme Court. But important thing is, this is the basic responsibility of Election Commission to hold free and fair election. But for a very long time, there are so many questions being raised against the Election Commission. Even the appointment of Election Commission, earlier, as you know it very well, that the committee which used to appoint Election Commission consists of the Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and Chief Justice of India, his nominee. But now, Chief Justice of India has been removed from this committee. A cabinet minister and Prime Minister, they both can decide, because there are 3 members committee, so LOP has no role. So it shows itself, it is the proof that Election Commission cannot hold free and fair election. So for a long time, this question is being raised. And yesterday, the entire Bihar was burned. So, unfortunately, democracy in our country is continuously dying, and the ruling party has no respect for democracy. They are playing with the constitution of this country. All the leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party, including cabinet ministers. So it is very unfortunate, and we are passing through very, very critical time when the ruling party has no respect for constitution.
It's a court that has said, sir, that that the Election Commission can carry forward with this process.
No, it is all right. So again and again, it is my considered opinion. We have respect for Supreme Court's decision, no doubt in it. But I am raising questions against the performance of Election Commission. And I do not know how will this Election Commission will behave before the election of Bihar. And not only Bihar, there are so many state elections are coming, Gujarat and Kerala and Assam and even Bengal. So we just demanded the Election Commission should perform independently, and it is the basic responsibility of Election Commission to hold free and fair election. When I say free and fair election means that not only political leaders, even citizens of this country, they should appreciate Election Commission. Yes, it is free and fair election.
Rashid Alvi, thank you so much for joining us with your thoughts on that story. Viewers, we continue to track more updates on that, viewers, but in the meanwhile, we'll slip into a very, very short break. But on the other side, we get you more details on the story that we are tracking. No stay on Bihar electoral revision, viewers. While we can see those visuals from yesterday of Bihar Bandh, it's a complete flop show. There's no stay on the Bihar survey. That will continue, says the stop court.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
Big setback to the Indie bloc. Top court refuses to stay the Election Commission's voter list revision in Bihar. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the chief minister for 5 years. SFI members storm Kerala University campus, showdown over governor's alleged saffronization of Kerala campuses. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Changur Baba's illegal residence to be demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Devarakonda and Rana Dagubati in the betting app scam case. Very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching live and breaking. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. We start with breaking news coming in from Karnataka. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has spoken on the power tussle. He has essentially reiterated his statement. He says that he will remain as the Chief Minister for the full term. He stays as the Chief Minister for 5 years. As Siddaramaiah stands firm, he digs his heels in and says that he remains the Chief Minister. So there is a lot of speculation for the past few weeks again that has been reignited, but Siddaramaiah on record says that he will remain the Chief Minister. It's a fierce power struggle. DK Shivakumar versus Siddaramaiah has been going on for a long time, but Siddaramaiah says that there is no meeting scheduled with the High Command of the Congress Party and that he is the Chief Minister. Listen in.
It is what DK Shivakumar said it, and I am also said the same. See, there is no vacancy. Is there any vacancy of Chief Minister? I'm very much here before you. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
All right, viewers. So there you have Siddaramaiah says that there's no question that he's very much the Chief Minister and he shall remain the Chief Minister. That is what Siddaramaiah said. Remember, last week we had a lot of rumblings in the Congress party with DK Shivakumar somewhere showing his helplessness. My colleague Abhishek joins us live on the broadcast from Bengaluru. Now, Abhishek, the fact that Siddaramaiah is in the national capital has raised many questions already, but he on record says that he will complete the full term.
Rakshita, it is very clear from the statement made by CM Siddaramaiah. This is not the first time, but this is the second repetitive time that he is saying that he will continue as the Chief Minister of Karnataka until...
We have some breaking news. We have been interrupted by some breaking news. These are visuals coming in, viewers. Some breaking developments. Two communities clashing. This is from Rajasthan, I understand. These are visuals from Rajasthan. Clash between two communities over construction of a chhatri in a pond. And these are visuals from Jaisalmer, I think, of Rajasthan. You can see some stones being pelted from one side to the other. You see that security, the police have also arrived at the spot in Jaisalmer of Rajasthan. There you see women police personnel also present over there. In fact, you see that stones being pelted by women. A certain community is happening in Rajasthan. You can see some women being taken away by the police as well, some women being detained by the police as well, being lathi charged also. This is in Rajasthan, and it's about construction of a mythological chhatri in a pond. We'll just try get more details about what exactly caused this tension, this clash between the two communities and women. Part of the clash there, you can see heavy police deployment on the site of the clash is coming in from Rajasthan as we speak. So between two communities, you can see they in fact even tried to pelt stones on the police. A chhatri construction in Basanpet has turned violent. A community allegedly pelted stones, injuring police officers as well. Several vehicles have been damaged. Heavy police deployment also. And this is something which we understand, viewers. It's a conflict that has been going on for years, what we understand. This is a chhatri, something to do with heritage, viewers. And that was objected by members of a certain community and from a specific community. And they resorted to stone pelting. There you have the visuals. Visuals of stone pelting. You can see how they're pelting stones on the security personnel as well, other than the members of other community. It's all for the Chhatri Nirman. That is it's a heritage construction. And this is from Rajasthan's Jaisalmer. And certain community members, you can see pelting stones, and then they are running away when the police came to disperse them. And there's heavy security deployment. There's women police personnel as well. And remember, the chhatri relates to the warrior caste and with the Rajputs. And this was during the construction of the chhatris of Jujhar Ramchandra Singh Sodha and Paliwalji in Basanpir village. People from a certain community and Kshatriyas who had gone to make the chhatris were pelted with stones, and many people were injured. As I said, they were also admitted to the district hospital. There you have the construction that's going on. Many vehicles were damaged in the stone pelting. Atmosphere of tension, of course, and police, as you can see, heavily deployed. And there is this clash that has been going on for a long time. There's a conflict over this construction for a long time. Now it turned violent. All right, viewers, we'll keep a close eye on that development for Pakistan. Meanwhile, we have some more breaking news coming in. Breaking news from Bengaluru, where a Kerala-based couple, Tommy and Shiny, have gone missing amidst allegations of orchestrating a massive multi-crore chit fund scam. The couple are the owners of A&A Chits and Finance, allegedly lured hundreds of investors with promises of high returns ranging from 15 to 20% over the course of 25 years. And initially, they delivered on their promises, but payouts suddenly stopped in recent months, leaving investors in a state of panic. So this Kerala couple is on the run now after duping hundreds of people. It's a multi-crore chit fund scam that we are learning of. That's from Bengaluru. It's a multi-crore scam, chit fund scam in Bengaluru. And the couple, Tommy and Shiny, have fled. They are on the run. Haven't been traced yet, what we understand. We don't know about their whereabouts. Many payments are pending. And this is a couple from Kerala who have now fled after they allegedly cheated the investors in this 50 crore scam in Bengaluru. Hundreds of people have been duped. And we will continue to get you more updates on that, viewers. Meanwhile, we shift our focus to an important verdict that is awaited today in a Delhi court. The Delhi High Court has reserved the order on bail pleas of Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, another accused in the larger conspiracy of the Delhi riots 2020 case. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta opposed the bail pleas of Sharjeel Imam, Umar Khalid and others in the Delhi riots conspiracy case, saying that those who conspire against the nation should remain in jail. He argued that long incarceration alone does not justify bail. Tushar Mehta says the riots were pre-planned and timed to coincide with the US President Donald Trump's India visit, aimed at tarnishing India's image globally. Solicitor General Mehta also said that, and I quote him, "If you act against the country, you have no right to bail. This is one of the finest investigations I've come across. We have 58 statements recorded under Section 164 before the court," unquote. So, a verdict, of course, awaited. Bail order has been reserved. Sharjeel Imam of the JNU, Sharjeel Imam, the video of his hate speech had also gone viral. Delhi High Court has meanwhile reserved the order on the bail pleas, and it's about the conspiracy to defame the nation. Delhi cops have told the court, and Delhi riots were to shame India globally, and it's a final bid to oppose the bail petitions of Northeast Delhi riot accused viewers by Delhi police, and this is something that we expect in a short while from now. The countdown has begun. Rhythm joins us on the broadcast from our Rhythm. It's a very, very important verdict that everybody has their eyes on, Rhythm, and the bail plea has been reserved by the Delhi High Court. Rhythm, can you hear me? All right, we will connect with them once again, viewers. But a bench of justices Naveen Chawla and Shailendra Kaur reserved its order after hearing the arguments on behalf of the prosecution and various accused in this case, the Delhi riots conspiracy case, larger conspiracy case, and Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid. Others are facing prosecution in a UAPA case related to the alleged conspiracy behind the 2020 riots in Delhi, in Northeast Delhi. And the prosecution has, of course, vehemently opposed the bail plea, saying it was not a case of spontaneous riots, but a case where riots were planned well in advance with a sinister motive and well thought out conspiracy. And Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has been representing the prosecution, contending that it was a conspiracy to defame India on a global level and a mere long incarceration is no ground for bail. All right, we shift our focus now, viewers. Visuals coming in from Lucknow, where Changur Baba and Neetu have been taken into custody by the anti-terror squad. This is a crackdown on the conversion racket. It's a big achievement by the Uttar Pradesh police, viewers. Crackdown on Changur Baba's network continues. This is a big conversion racket that has been dismantled by UP police. Illegal conversion racket accused caught, and there you have, viewers, his own properties are being demolished, and you can see the bulldozer action in full swing in Lucknow, and we have also reaction from the police coming in.
पूर्व में भी जानकारी दी गई थी कि जमालुद्दीन और छांगुर बाबा की गतिविधियों के संबंध में मुकदमा एटीएस में पंजीकृत किया गया था। 5 जुलाई को छांगुर बाबा और जमालुद्दीन और उसके प्रमुख सहयोगी नीतू उर्फ नसरीन की गिरफ्तारी की गई थी। आज 7 दिवस का रिमांड यूपी एटीएस द्वारा इन्वेस्टिगेशन के दौरान इन दोनों मुख्य अभियुक्तों का लिया गया है। इनसे इस गैंग के सभी गतिविधियों, इनके मनी ट्रेल, इनके द्वारा अर्जित अवैध संपत्तियां इत्यादि की जानकारी की जाएगी। साथ ही संपूर्ण गैंग के नेटवर्क की जानकारी भी प्राप्त की जाएगी। इसके अलावा इस गैंग ने जहां जहां अवैध संपत्ति अर्जित की है, अवैध धन का इस्तेमाल करके, उन सभी की भी जानकारी की जाएगी तथा अवैध संपत्तियों को जब्तीकरण की कार्रवाई तथा उन्हें डेमोलिश करने की कार्रवाई भी की जाएगी।
Now viewers, Yogi model is in action as Operation Langda continues in Uttar Pradesh. 3 encounters in Hapur, Noida and Jhansi, and multiple criminals were arrested. Here's more.
Operation Langda intensifies in Uttar Pradesh and Yogi model is in action. In a statewide sweep, 3 encounters took place in Hapur, Noida and Jhansi. Hapur police arrested 2 notorious cow smugglers who were injured in the leg during the encounter. Police recovered 2 illegal pistols, 1 car and equipment for cow slaughter.
आज रात्रि में थाना कपूरपुर पुलिस के द्वारा मुठभेड़ के दौरान 2 अभियुक्त गणों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है। दोनों के पैर में गोली लगी है। इन लोगों से पूछताछ करने पर एक ने अपना नाम हसीब उर्फ चूजा पुत्र इकरार जो कि संभल का निवासी है तथा दूसरे ने अपना नाम मेराजुद्दीन पुत्र अलाउद्दीन जोया जिला अमरोहा का निवासी है। इन दोनों के पास से एक तमंचा, एक जिंदा कारतूस, एक खोखा कारतूस और इनके पास से बरामद स्विफ्ट गाड़ी में गोकशी के उपकरण बरामद हुए हैं।
In Noida, an encounter took place between police and criminals. The criminals opened fire at the police. In retaliation, one of the criminals got injured. Total 5 criminals were arrested in the encounter. The police seized illegal weapons, stolen cables, stolen car from possession of the 5 criminals. Meanwhile, in Jhansi, a joint team of police arrested 3 accused, including 1 juvenile related to the robbery incident.
आज स्वाट टीम प्रभारी तथा थानाध्यक्ष बरुआ सागर को मुखबिर से सूचना मिली कि जिन अपराधियों ने घटना की है, इस सूचना पर स्वाट टीम प्रभारी तथा थानाध्यक्ष बरुआ सागर की टीम के द्वारा इनकी घेराबंदी की गई। पुलिस टीम पर जान मारने की नीयत से फायर किए। जवाबी फायरिंग में इन 2 अपराधियों के पैर में गोली लगी।
2 accused were injured during the encounter, while legal action is being taken against the 3 accused.
Now, Kerala University is witnessing unprecedented unrest as student protests escalate into violent clashes. The Students' Federation of India, that is the SFI, is leading the charge against Governor Rajendra Arlekar, accusing him of pushing a political agenda on campuses. Police have responded with water cannons and mass detentions that intensifies this turmoil that has been underway in the university. And at the center of the storm, viewers, is a controversial display of a Bharat Mata poster, sparking fierce ideological battles. Here's all that has happened till now.
Kerala University has turned into a battlefield. Violent protests led by the Students' Federation of India have erupted across campuses in the state, fueled by explosive allegations against Governor Rajendra Arlekar. The protests have spiraled into chaos, forcing the police to resort to water cannons and mass detentions. Over 27 students have been named in FIRs following a complaint by the Vice-Chancellor alleging vandalism and violence under the Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act.
The police is using water cannons right outside the Kerala University campus. You can see large number of students have climbed on to the barricade, signaling the protest against the alleged saffronization done by the BJP, RSS and the governor is what is being put into the dock right now. This intense protest that you see that is happening is now being controlled by at least 100-150 policemen, both who are taking guard outside the gate as well as inside. A heavily barricaded campus is right now being, we can see this drama being witnessed, and you can see these students over here trying to raise their protest. They're trying to say that any kind of ideology other than the left will not be allowed inside the campus.
The SFI alleges that the governor is trying to saffronize universities. And why so? Because an ode to Bharat Mata through a poster at the Kerala Raj Bhavan has irked the left ecosystem. The Students' Federation of India has claimed that the move is a blatant push of right-wing ideology into secular academic spaces. Heavy police presence, tear gas trucks, and multiple clashes. What began as administrative disagreements has spiraled into a full-blown ideological showdown. With universities now at the heart of a statewide political and cultural clash, Kerala finds itself at a boiling point.
And now a quick look at some more stories from across the country. This is Bharat in 5 minutes. Karnataka Chief Minister has dismissed speculation about a change in leadership, saying that unequivocally there is no vacancy for CM in Karnataka. He emphasized that there is no 50-50 formula for power sharing with Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who himself has acknowledged Siddaramaia's current role. Siddaramaiah reiterates that any decisions will be made by the Congress High Command.
That is what D.K. Shivakumar said it, and I am also said the same. See, there is no vacancy. Is there any vacancy, Chief Minister? I'm very much here before you. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
The Supreme Court heard a batch of pleas challenging the Election Commission of India's move to conduct a special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Bolban, Bihar. Supreme Court asked ECI why it started this revision exercise of electoral rolls in Bihar so late. Top court says there's nothing wrong in the exercise, but it should have been done months before the ensuing election. Tamil Nadu police, in a major breakthrough, have arrested Sadiq, also known as Taylor Raja, a key accused in the 1998 Coimbatore bomb blast and multiple communal murder cases across the state. Joint operation by ATS and Coimbatore City Police led to the capture after 26 years in Vijaypura district of Karnataka. BJP national spokesperson highlighted a key diplomatic achievement of Prime Minister Modi's recent five-nation tour, saying that the PM successfully brought global attention to the issue of terrorism at the BRICS summit. He said that Prime Minister Modi firmly asserted that the perpetrators and victims of terrorism cannot be equated, marking a significant stance that underscored India's consistent position on combating global terrorism.
Prime Minister has unequivocally and categorically established the matter of terrorism at the BRICS, and he has said that the perpetrators of the terror and the victims of terror cannot be equated. So this was our diplomatic success, and it was very important for the strategical point of view.
The Supreme Court has issued notice to Attorney General in India seeking the Indian government's response to the plea of a 37-year-old Indian woman from Kerala, Nimisha Priya, who has been booked for murder in Yemen and is facing death penalty. Now, the Council for Priya says that negotiations through diplomatic channels can be explored by the Indian government to defend Priya, and it was also said that under the Sharia law in Yemen there is an option of blood money negotiation which could commute Priya's sentence. In a major success under the ongoing anti-Maoist operation in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur district, Basaguda police, in a joint operation with CRPF, and have arrested two active Maoist operatives. According to police sources, the duo was allegedly involved in planning disruptive activities and was in possession of illegal explosive items at the time of arrest. In a shocking incident in Thane, the principal and a female attendant of a school were arrested. Other 4 teachers and 2 trustees were booked under POCSO Act for allegedly stripping around 10 girls to check if they were menstruating. The arrest came after parents staged a protest demanding action against the school management. A senior police officer confirmed that the arrested individuals will be produced in court. Following the recent wave of heavy rains and urban flooding in northeastern region, the Indian Army launched extensive humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations under Operation Jal Rahat 2 across Nagaland, Assam and Manipur. These efforts are being led by Headquarters Inspector General Assam Rifles in collaboration with the local civil administration. Now, Pakistan's foreign minister has made a big admission that Turkey stood with Islamabad during the India-Pakistan conflict. This coming in just days after Indian army exposed the unholy trio of Pakistan, China and Turkey on the global stage. How India was fighting the 3 adversaries that included Turkey. Listen in to Ishakta.
The deep nexus between Pakistan and Turkey is out and open. Pakistan Foreign Minister has just revealed what many in India have always known. Ishakdar made a big admission. He met with the Turkish counterpart and admitted to Turkey's role during India-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan considers Turkey a trusted friend and a reliable brother, a nation that has always stood by us. History is full of examples of this brotherhood, and latest being during the Indo-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan and Turkey alignment has been no secret, but now it is official. The admission comes few days after India exposed Pakistan, China and Turkey nexus.
Pakistan was the front face. We had China providing all possible support, and it's no surprise because if you were to look at statistics, in the last 5 years, 81% of the military hardware that Pakistan is getting is all Chinese, 81% of that. So it's no surprise. And China, of course, the good old dictum, killed by a borrowed knife, 36 stratagems that China talks about, killed by a borrowed knife. So he would rather use the neighbor to cause pain then getting involved in the mud slinging match on the northern border. So that is what he's seen. And another thing that China perhaps has seen is that he's able to test his weapons against, say, various other weapon systems that are there. It's like a live lab which is available to. So it's a good, that is what is something we have to be very, very cognizant about. Again, Turkey also played a very important role in providing the type of support that was there. Bayraktar, of course, he's been giving from before. We saw numerous other drones also coming in, landing in the face of war, during the war, along with trained sort of individuals who were there.
With Pakistan's admission, the mask is off and the nexus is out and open.
For short break, viewers, but the latest updates coming in from Karnataka as the fierce power tussle continues. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the Chief Minister for 5 years. And bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues in UP. Kingpin Changur Baba's illegal residence to be demolished today.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है, इसमें कहा लिखा जीरो FIR कराऊंगा, सड़क पर चीट के लाऊंगा। क्या समझते हैं ये किसी पे भी नहीं लिखा। ये करने क्या आए हो? आते क्यों हो यहाँ पर? फिर वो बोला तुम्हें जात दिखाऊंगा, जाओगे कैसे? हमारे साथ ये सारे खड़े थे।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Big setback to Indy block. Top court refuses to say EC's voter list revision. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says he will remain the Chief Minister for 5 years. SFI members storm Kerala University campus. Showdown over governor's alleged saffronization of Kerala campuses. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Changur Baba's illegal residence will be demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda, Rana Dagupati in the betting app scam case. Welcome back, viewers. Let's start this edition with this exclusive news. Remember, viewers, the fatal IAF fighter jet crash in Rajasthan's Churu district, which claimed the lives of two IAF pilots, has put the focus back on the aging Jaguar fleet. In fact, Republic TV has been the only channel to highlight the findings of the 2017 CAG report on the Jaguar fleet. The CAG report flagged multiple operational and systematic shortcomings. The audit flagged significant delays in the procurement and installations of autopilot systems, impacting missions efficiency since 2017. Maintenance and serviceability issues similar to those faced with its series persist with the Jaguars further, affecting their readiness. Additionally, critical security lapses were noted at air bases, including non-functional under-vehicle scanning systems, posing threat to the base safety. 3 such accidents have been reported in the last 4 months. In less than a year, 3 accidents, multiple lives lost, viewers. Today we bring you the story from Haryana, where the deceased family of one of the IAF pilots who lost his life yesterday in Haryana's Churu district. They speak to Republic TV. They also share what did the deceased IAF pilot really thought about the Jaguar fleet still being included in the Indian Air Forces. Remember, yesterday that crash happened that claimed lives of 2, including the IAF pilot. Now, viewers, Republic has now spoken to the family of deceased pilot who says that he had red flagged the fleet. This is Lokendra's family, who says that he used to discuss that the aircraft which he flew belonged to the age-old technology. Listen in.
मेरा भाई स्क्वाड्रन लीडर लोकेंद्र सिंधु जब थोड़ा होश संभाला तब से ही उसको आर्मी डिफेंस में जो है एयर फोर्स में बड़ा इंटरेस्ट था, क्योंकि बचपन से ही जो है हम स्टोरी सुनते आते थे। जो ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर थे वो इंडियन ब्रिटिश आर्मी के साथ जो है उन्होंने जर्मन्स के ख़िलाफ़ जो है वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 में लड़े थे। वो ही वॉज कैप्चर्ड एंड समहाउ वो वहाँ से एस्केप करने में भी जो है सक्सेसफुल हो गए थे, वो वापस भी आ गए थे। देन अगेन जो मेरे ग्रैंडफादर हैं उन्होंने एमरजेंसी के टाइम पर जो है इंडियन आर्मी को सर्व किया था इनटू द 1962 वॉर एंड 1965 वॉर। सो एक वो हिस्ट्री हमारी फैमिली में रही है। इवन मेरे फूफा जी हैं वो भी सूबेदार मेजर रिटायर्ड हैं, तो उन्हीं को ही देखते हुए जो है भाई को भी जो है लगा कि नहीं, मुझे भी जो है अपने कंट्री को सर्व करना है, डिफेंस में मुझे जाना है। एंड नॉट इवन माय ब्रदर, जो सिस्टर हैं वो भी जो है इसी चीज़ को देखते हुए उन्होंने भी यही सोचा कि हमें एक दिन इसको क्रैक करना है, क्लियर करना है। लेकिन लड़कियां जो हैं वो एनडीए में जा नहीं सकती हैं, तो ब्रदर ने आफ्टर 12th जो है वो क्लियर किया था एग्ज़ाम फर्स्ट अटैम्प्ट में, तो वो एनडीए में जो है उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ था एंड ही वाज सिलेक्टेड इनटू इंडियन एयर फोर्स। तो उनका पुणे खड़गवासला में जो है 3 साल की ट्रेनिंग रही थी, 1 साल जो है उनकी हैदराबाद में, 1 साल बेंगलोर में भी ट्रेनिंग रही उनकी। 2015 में जो है उन्होंने कमीशन हासिल किया एंड फॉर पास्ट 10 years ही वाज सर्विसिंग इंडियन डिफेंस एज अ कमीशन्ड ऑफिसर। सेम ऐसे ही जो है मेरी सिस्टर भी हैं, वो भी जो है रिटायर्ड स्क्वाड्रन लीडर हैं और वो टेक्निकल्स में थे, तो उन्होंने भी एयर फोर्स ही ज्वाइन किया, उन्होंने भी इसी को चूज़ किया।
Well, joining us live on this broadcast is Colonel Shailendra Singh, defense expert. Sir, let me ask you this question. We just heard the brother of the victim, and the person, the IAF pilot who died yesterday, was of the opinion that Jaguar should no more be part of the IAF fleet. How do you respond, sir?
Jai Hind, Namaskar. It's a very difficult situation. Heart bleeds out to the family and to the person, the young man who was my own blood. As an army man, I can say that. when you lose that in civil life, you will never realize what is the feeling. But then I can only tell you it's a bad feeling. I don't want to elaborate on that. But now coming to the brass tracks, you said, or whatever is the news on, that negligence, laparwahi, and I don't know what all words are being used. If actually that was the aim, do you think the IAF would have stood by it so far? There is no denial of fact. Facts and figures are in front of you. That yes, Jaguar is the only aircraft in service in India. It is not there all over the world. Everybody has retired it and retired it quite long back. We are still maintaining it. But then you have to see this challenge. It is up to the 150 crore people that I challenge you. I challenge the government. Will you replace 120 aircraft straight away? You have the wherewithal? You see, sab kuch hota, then there was no problem. But we don't have everything. Now we can only appreciate that this Indian Air Force is still flying it. Coming to the point that there has been some machines found off-road by the catch. Oh well, catch, will you do something good about it? It's very easy. But an odd machine can always be found unserviceable. I will not deny that. It happens even in my gun. It happens in my tank. It happens in my best of the state-of-art equipment. That F-35 is standing. It's a living example. If everything was well, then why was it not taken the next day? The snags will come, irrespective. Yes, we are here to evaluate and be a good critic that as the service age, the ceiling of that has come to an end and we still are flying it, it requires much more attention, much more modification, much more upgradation, which actually happens in Air Force. I will never say that it doesn't happen. But yes, from a same squadron, if 2 aircrafts come down, it requires a scrutiny. I do agree to that. But that doesn't mean that the whole Air Force has gone laparwa. That whole Air Force has gone, it was just few days back what you saw. You saw what Air Force did in Sindoor. So I will rather say, let us come out with something good about it. And to start with, I'm prepared to volunteer. Let us come out good with it, that we tell our government that till the time we are not stabilizing, let us expedite our procurements. We can rely on 120, 30 of our Tejas, but that is taking time. I think the Air Chief, when he was Vice Chief, he said it so well.
Colonel Singh, what would we say to those families who have lost their loved ones? It's an irreparable loss. And this has been a debate for the longest time. There have been CAG reports, Republic exclusively broke that, where the discrepancies have been highlighted. There has to be some solution. We cannot be losing lives.
Put the responsibility on. If you want a straight answer, yes, I'm prepared to face that question. If the CAG has found something bad, something not suitable to the flying, then let's hold people accountable. There is no denial of that. And I think Indian Army and Indian Defence Forces have an example in the world that we are very, very accountable. We don't take sides. If there is a snag found in a particular place, if it was declared as serviceable but found unserviceable, well, that's a problem. I will give you my example. When we were operating guns, there were many times a gun went off-road. Whereas somebody said, no, they cannot be off-road. You have to have them, your equipment always on-road. So we were manufacturing locally that spare part because in the supply line, it was not taking. This is called as accountability. We will have to have accountability. There is no denial of that. We will have to have that problems coming in future also to be looked into and to be faced. But that does not mean that the complete Air Force is a useless force or a non-responsible force. The more responsibility. You tell me if the CAG has brought out something bad about the Air Force. Why? What
Absolutely,
has happened to the CAG?
Sir, there is no argument there that our forces are the best forces in the world. There is no question. We are with our brave men. And this story that we are putting out, or the former CAG reports that we have put out, is for the safety of our brave men, so that no lives are lost. These are all very talented men and we would not want to lose them. Thank you so much, Colonel Singh over there, for speaking to Republic Media Network. Now, viewers, let's listen in once again as to what the family of the deceased pilot had to say, that he had red flag this entire fleet of Jaguar. This is Loken's family, who says that he used to discuss that the aircrafts which he flew belonged to the age-old technology. Listen in.
और इस चीज़ के बारे में ज़रूर वो डिस्कस करता था कि जो वो एयरक्राफ्ट फ्लाई कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ही पुरानी टेक्नोलॉजी के हैं एंड उनको जो है अगर अपग्रेड किया जाए, नॉट इवन अपग्रेड, अगर उनको जो है रिप्लेस किया जाए विद द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी तो वो उनके लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है, उनके लिए सेफ भी है इवन कि जो है अपने जो उनके जो काम हैं, उनके मिशंस हैं वो उनको भी कंप्लीट कर पाएँ, वो खुद को भी सेफ रख पाएँ। तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। और जैसे MiG-21 है, आई थिंक अब ये रिप्लेस हो गए हैं, तो जैगवार जो है अभी भी एक वो एयरक्राफ्ट जो है मुझे लगता है कि जिसको रिप्लेसमेंट की अभी बहुत सख्त ज़रूरत।
Well, viewers, that was the family of the deceased IAF pilot that we lost yesterday in Rajasthan's Churu, and they opined that the deceased pilot was of the view that it's high time that we should get rid of the Jaguars and the MiG-21s. Moving on, viewers, let's shift our focus to the state of Karnataka, where Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, just hours before the meeting, Congress High Command, the leaders in New Delhi, he asserted that there is no question of a leadership change and reiterated that he will remain the Chief Minister for the full 5-year term. He further stated that the 2028 Karnataka Assembly elections will be contested under his leadership as the Chief Minister, sending a clear message from the national capital to Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shiv Kumar and his supporters who have been pushing for a leadership change in this state of Karnataka. So once again, viewers, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, they're making a firm stand, asserting that it's going to be him who's going to continue and finish the 5-year term. And not only that, he goes on to add as to how that it will be him who will continue as the Chief Minister in the next Assembly elections. Listen in.
That is what D.K. Shiv Kumar said it, and I am also said the same. See, there is no vacancy. Is there any vacancy of Chief Ministership? I am very much here before you. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Viewers, my colleague Harsha has confronted Chief Minister Siddaramaiah on the power tussle. Watch him maintain stark silence as Republic poses some very difficult questions. Take a look.
One question on the regiment change, on the leadership speculation. You have stated that you will stay as CM for 5 years.
So many speculations in the news.
You stated that you will stay as Chief Minister for 5 years, but many are saying that there is dissent also. One question on the regiment change, on the leadership speculation. You have stated that you will stay as CM for 5 years.
So many speculations in the news.
You stated that you will stay as Chief Minister for 5 years, but many are saying that there is dissent also.
Well, joining me live on this broadcast is my colleague Abhishek. He's joining us from our Republic Kannada newsroom. Abhishek, you just saw over there my colleague Harsha confronted Siddaramaiah. She asked very simple questions and all he had to say that it's all a speculation. Then he goes quiet and does not utter a word. Abhishek.
Madhurima, it very clearly seems that the AICC has ordered the ministers and various other key position people in the Congress party not to talk about the change of the power of the chief minister in the next couple of months is what the closest sources of Congress claim as of now. As per the AICC's information and the closest sourcemen of the Congress claim that the power share had to be starting in the month of October or November. There might be a change in the government in the next couple of months is what these people claim as of now. However, while talking to the media on a previous note, CM Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar's closest aides mentioned that there will be a T20 format which will be followed in the state of Karnataka, wherein the first 2.5 years CM Siddaramaiah will be taking care of the Chief Minister post and the next 2.5 years will be claimed by DCM DK Shivkumar in the post of CM. However, when the MLAs within the party, when the cabinet ministers within the government started speculating the average or the approximate month when the power change might happen, this is when the AICC had to enter into the Karnataka politics to make sure that the already damaged internal issues shouldn't increase any much more is what the AICC thought, and this is why AICC commended DCM DK.
Abhishek, stay with us. Stay with us. We'll again play for viewers that exclusive confrontation by my colleague Harsha over there. Siddaramaiah is in the national capital and she's posed some very relevant questions.
One question on the regiment change, on the leadership speculation. You have stated that you will stay as CM for 5 years.
So many speculations in the news.
You stated that you will stay as Chief Minister for 5 years, but many are saying that there is dissent also.
Well, viewers, that was Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah continues to remain tight-lipped, where all we can say that there cannot be smoke without fire. Moving on, viewers, Pakistan's foreign minister has made a big admission that Turkey stood with Islamabad during the India-Pakistan conflict, and this comes just days after India exposed the unholy trio of Pakistan, China and Turkey on the global stage. Listen in.
The deep nexus between Pakistan and Turkey is out and open. Pakistan Foreign Minister has just revealed what many in India have always known. Ishaq Dar made a big admission. He met with the Turkish counterpart and admitted to Turkey's role during India-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan considers Turkey a trusted friend and a reliable brother, a nation that has always stood by us. History is full of examples of this brotherhood, and latest being during the Indo-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan and Turkey alignment has been no secret, but now it is official. The admission comes few days after India exposed Pakistan, China and Turkey nexus.
Pakistan was the front face. We had China providing all possible support, and it's no surprise because if you were to look at statistics, in the last 5 years, 81% of the military hardware that Pakistan is getting is all Chinese, 81% of that. So it's no surprise. And China, of course, the good old dictum, killed by a borrowed knife, 36 stratagems that China talks about, killed by a borrowed knife. So he would rather use the neighbor to cause pain than getting involved in the mud slinging match on the northern border. So that is what he's seen. And another thing that China perhaps has seen is that he's able to test his weapons against, say, various other weapon systems that are there. It's like a live lab which is available to. So it's a good, that is what is something we have to be very, very cognizant about. Again, Turkey also played a very important role in providing the type of support that was there. Bayraktar, of course, he's been giving from before. We saw numerous other drones also coming in, landing in the face of war, during the war, along with trained sort of individuals who were there.
With Pakistan's admission, the mask is off and the nexus is out and open.
getting more breaking news from the state of West Bengal. One person has been killed as Bengal MLA's cars hit two-wheelers in Odisha's Balasore on his way back from visiting Lord Jagannath in Puri. A scooty driver named Radhakanta Lenka was killed when his vehicle was hit by the car of Trinamool MLA of North Havra and Trinamool President of Havra Sadar, Gautam Chaudhary, in the Sajanpur Simula area of Balasore. The MLA's wife and grandfather were also in the car at the time of accident. Joining me live on this broadcast is my colleague Pinky. Joining us live on this broadcast is my colleague Riyanka. Riyanka, what more can you tell us about this accident? A person has lost his life and the culprit is a TMC MLA.
As you rightly mentioned, Madhurima, this happened yesterday when West Bengal MLA Gautam Chaudhary was in fact returning from his visit to Puri Jagannath Temple, and the car, apparently an XUV, was moving in a very, very high speed. An incident happened at NH16. This is in Odisha's Balasore, where this particular car had hit a two-wheeler, and a youth who has been identified as Radhakanta Lenka, he lost his life. But on the other hand, the MLA and his family who were present inside the car, they were safe. Now, at this point in time, what we also understand that this particular MLA belongs to the Trinamool Congress. And as per the sources who have reported the accident, which had happened on a very busy highway in Odisha, the car, which was moving in a very high speed, collided head-on with the two-wheeler, which Radhakanta Lenka, who apparently died, he was riding, and there were other pillion riders as well with him who were heavily injured. They have been taken to the hospital, but Radhakanta Lenka was declared dead. At this point in time, what we also understand, the speeding car did not eventually stop at that point in time. It tried to go away, but later, after a distance, the car stopped, and then investigations on the other hand, that happened, and the circumstances surrounding where the particular accident happened and the overspeeding or the other violations were involved, the investigation is underway. As of now, there has been no immediate arrest, but the car has been seized, and the driver who was driving the car at the moment is under the police custody.
Well, thank you, Riyanka, for those details. Moving on, viewers, only 6 days left. A 37-year-old Indian nurse from Kerala, Nimisha Priya, is on the death row in Yemen. Her execution is scheduled for July 16th. Today, the Supreme Court sought the Indian government's response to a plea urging urgent hearing and seeking diplomatic intervention. Is there still hope? Here's a report.
Nimisha Priya, a nurse from Kerala, convicted of murdering a Yemeni national. Under Sharia law, she faces the death penalty. But her lawyer says there may still be a lifeline through diplomacy and the concept of blood money that can legally commute a death sentence in Yemen. On Thursday, Nimisha's lawyer urgently mentioned the matter before a vacation bench of the Supreme Court that agreed to hear it on 14th of July, Monday. The court also issued notice to the Attorney General of India asking the government to respond.
We filed the petition today morning itself, and we mentioned it at 10:30 before Justice Honorable Dhulia, and the bench agreed to hear, considering the urgency of the matter, and the bench directed us to serve the advance copy to Attorney General's office so they can look into the matter and they can do something, and the government can do whatever possible ways. So the matter will be listed on 14th of July on Monday for exploring the final option of saving Ms. Nimisha Priya. So we filed a petition seeking the directions to the Union of India for exploring this possibility through this diplomatic channel.
What's your name, sir?
Subhash Chandran KR.
Back home from Kerala to Delhi, activists and leaders are demanding immediate intervention from the Indian government to bring Nimisha home alive. CPI MP Britas has written to External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar seeking intervention. Priya went to Yemen in 2011 and co-founded a clinic with Talal Abdo Mehdi. who allegedly abused her and withheld her passport. She tried to escape by drugging him, but he died. The clock is ticking. The Supreme Court hears her plea on 14th of July. 6 days, one life, a race against time.
SFI members get into Kerala University protest against alleged saffronization. The betting app scam, 29 celebrities booked, investigation underway. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after a very short break.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where? Yes, sir. In Liberia. Yes, sir. Well, that's very. I am the least racist person. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark. But I don't care who's in the audience. I'm the least racist person in this room.
Okay, Vice President Biden, let me ask you very quickly, and then I have a follow-up question for you.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where? Yes, sir. In Liberia. Yes, sir. Well, that's very. I am the least racist person. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark. But I don't care who's in the audience. I'm the least racist person in this room.
Okay, Vice President Biden, let me ask you very quickly, and then I have a follow-up question for you.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire. Every single one. He started off his campaign coming down the escalator saying he's going to get rid of those Mexican rapists. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims. He has moved around and made everything worse across the board. He says about the poor boys.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajuria. Over the next half an hour, we'll get you details about the bulldozer action that is underway in the state of Uttar Pradesh, how there's a crackdown on conversion Baba. This and much more. The headlines first. Big setback to Indy Block. Top court refuses to stay Election Commission's voter list revision. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the chief minister for the next 5 years. SFI members storm Kerala University campus. Showdown over governor's saffronization of Kerala campus. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Shangur Baba illegal residence will be demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda and Rana Daggubati in the betting app scam case. Well, let's start with the details as far as the betting app scam is concerned. And the probe into this online scam case has picked the pace. The ECIR that has been registered on the basis of 5 FIR registered in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It goes on to say that in fact, rupees 3.22 crore in 2 of these FIRs. However, the amount of the loss has not been specified in the remaining 3 FIRs. The total value of the POC involved in the case is expected to increase substantially, is what we're learning. And with regard to receipt of POC funds by certain celebrities, summons are proposed to be issued to ascertain the exact amount received by them. Additionally, what we're learning is that 3 more FIRs pertaining to the same matter have been received and these will be incorporated in the ECIR as well. This is expected that more FIRs will be registered in this case. There is big crackdown as far as this online betting app scam is concerned. The latest, in fact, FIR names major celebrities from southern India. This includes Prakash Raj, as you can see on the screen as well, Rana Daggubati and other influencers and television celebrities there in South India. Now, the allegations is that they, in fact, got money from these betting apps, which caused a loss of money to a lot of people in the country. Let me go across to my colleague Rakshita, who joins us live in the broadcast from the newsroom. Rakshita, tell us, because we're learning that celebrities are under the scanner now, and tell us about the allegations against them.
The main allegation is against the betting app of luring the users and earning money through yes or no questions. And in fact, such betting apps are we've seen that they also target the youngsters, and that also, of course, has been revealed in these raids. It's a case of PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and the company behind the online platform. The raids have been conducted on that as well in several locations in 4 locations of Haryana. The raids have been conducted, and in fact investments were 284.5 crore rupees in fixed deposits, and shares were frozen along with 3 bank lockers belonging to the accused parties. And multiple FIRs were registered, Akanksha in Gurugram, in Palwal, in Agra, accusing this app of luring the users with false promises of earning money through yes or no questions. And we've seen that it appeared to be a legitimate skill-based games, but in reality, according to the FIR, it was something that promotes addictive gambling practices disguised as opinion trading on topics like even election results. So, in fact, according to the FIRs, Probo lacked the safeguards to prevent minors from using the app and skipped Know Your Customer, that is KYC verification. They also carried misleading advertisements to lure the new users and promoted betting disguised as opinion trading. And talking about the celebrities, yes, we've seen in the past many such betting apps have brought several celebrities under scanner, from cricketers to actors. This time again, it's another app, and the endorsement by these actors and actresses have also come under scammer. Rana Daggubati, Prakash Raj, Deverakonda, Manju Lakshmi, Nidhi Agarwal, Pranita Subhash, Sri Mukhi, and Imran Khan, Shamala, and many social media influencers and YouTube channel also. Local Boy Nani, one of them. All these well-known operators of the betting platform, all these have come under scanner. They have been named in this probe. But of course, it remains to be seen, because this is a multi-crore scam that we are talking about. And the next step of action, of course, is awaited. The questioning, of course, is impending.
Absolutely. It remains to be seen when all these celebrities, in fact, will also be questioned in this case. Thank you so much, Rakshita, for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, we're shifting our focus to the state of Haryana. In fact, we have a shocking news coming in from there. There is an incident that took place at Qatar Memorial School in Bus village of Hisar. two minor students fatally stabbed their principal Jagbir Singh after he reprimanded them for their proper haircuts and a lack of discipline as well. And the attack occurred on the school premises following a confrontation over the school rules is what we are learning. This is shocking news coming in from Hisar, and this happened following a confrontation over the school rules. Police has now launched the investigation in this matter, and there on the screen you can see visuals from the school where this incident took place. This is a private school in Hisar where the principal was stabbed to death by a teenage student aged around 15 years inside the premises of the Haryana's Hisar district. The police is saying that efforts are on to nab the juveniles in conflict with the law. Now, what we're learning so far is that the students were offended by Principal Jagbir Singh, reprimanding them for not adhering to the school rules and regulation, asking them to discipline themselves. And that is why, after this, they stabbed the principal. Let me go across to my colleague Lalit, who joins us live in the broadcast with more details. Lalit, tell us what happened in the school and also about the investigation, because we're learning that these two students are still on the run.
If we talk about this incident is said to be reported in the morning around 10:30 when this happened in the school premises, when two minors of class 11th and 12th stabbed the principal and the owner of the Kartar Memorial School in the Hisar district in the Bas village of Narnon. So the two minor students stabbed the principal on the confrontation when the school principal reprimanded school discipline to have haircuts and to properly get dressed up in the school. But this was also sent prior notices before also, but the minors got angry, and today in a fate both the minors stabbed the school principal, after which he was rushed to a private hospital, from where he was shifted to the Hisar hospital where he has come to the injuries. Right now, if you talk about the investigation, both the minors are still at large and police is trying to nab them. The CCTV footage have also been recovered. Apart from that, if you talk about right now the investigation is on. Back to the studio.
Absolutely. What we're learning is that this principal used to ask these boys to tuck in their t-shirts to get a haircut, and after this incident took place, we're learning that the principal sustained injuries on his neck. There were 4 to 5 stab wounds on his neck, and this happened around 10 to 10:30 a.m. in the morning, and he was declared brought dead at the private hospital in Hisar. And the weapon that was used for this offense was just a normal knife that has been seized. As my colleague also pointed out, CCTV footage has also been recovered from the spot, and there you can see on your screens police officers are there at the spot, and the hunt is on to nab these two students who in fact did this crime. As far as this case is concerned, very shocking in fact visuals that we are getting from that school as well. Lalit, tell us exactly where this school is in Hisar and what the police is saying right now.
Exactly, if you talk about the school, it's in the Narnon.
Lalit, stay on with us. In fact, we have the CCTV footage of that very incident that we will be showing to our viewers in just some time. We'll be showing how that incident happened, and this is in fact a shocking incident that has come to the fore from Hisar in Haryana. There in the visuals, you can see that is, in fact, those are the kids that you can see outside the school just running, and it appears that this is happening after they committed the crime. The visuals are from outside the school premises, as we can see on the visuals, and after committing this crime, the two students who are currently on the run as well, they are seen running away, sprinting away, as can be seen through these CCTV visuals. And these are the in fact visuals coming from inside the school where this incident took place, and it appears that the students are also rattled by what happened there. These two students stabbed their principal for just merely asking them to tuck their t-shirts in to get a haircut. They stabbed the principal and he was brought dead to the hospital. Lalit, we are showing our viewers the CCTV footage. On the screen, we can see those two children running away, sprinting away after they committed the crime. Explain these visuals to us.
These are the exclusive visuals which the Republic TV has accessed, and in these visuals you can clearly see how the students, those minors after committing the suicide, could be seen running from the spot. Apart from that, if we talk about this whole incident, is said to be reported early in the morning from 10 to 10:30 a.m. when two minors have a confrontation with the school principal, who is also the owner of the Kartar Memorial School in the Narnon area in the Bas village of Narnon. So the school principal have asked to maintain a proper discipline, to have a proper haircut and to be properly dressed up the school uniform. So the school, both the minors got angry as this has prior sent notices to both the students. So today, in a fit of anger, you can see that both the minors have brought a knife and they stabbed the school principal around 4 to 5 times, and after that both the students just ran away from the school premises. So it is clearly visible in the visual seen both the students running, and after that it could be seen that the school principal has been rushed immediately to a private hospital where he succumbed to the injuries. So right now the investigation is on, but it's a very shocking incident which has come into light where two minors just stabbed the school principal, the owner of the Kartar Memorial School in the Narnon Bas village of Hisar.
Absolutely, Lalit. The hunt is on to nab these individuals that can be seen sprinting away from the school there on the visuals. That is the CCTV footage that you've gotten for us as far as this incident is concerned. Thank you so much for tracking all the details. Now, shifting our focus to Jammu and Kashmir, security forces have recovered a major terror consignment in the Poonch region, seizing 2 pistols with the magazine, 24 rounds of 9mm cartridges, 1 under-barrel grenade launcher, that is also called as UBGL, 6 hand grenades and 2 IED sets as well. 1 electronic set has also been recovered from the spot. The recovery is now seen as a significant step in preventing the potential terror activities that could have happened had this consignment not being, in fact, gotten by the police. Right there on the screen, you can see that these are the things that have been recovered by the police. This includes in fact, 24 rounds of 9mm cartridges, 1 under-barrel grenade launcher as well, 6 hand grenades that you can see on the screen, 2 IED sets and 1 electronic set. Let me go across to my colleague Gursimran, who joins us with more. Gursimran, very shocking, in fact, story coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. A terror consignment has been recovered. Give us more details about the crackdown.
This is a major consignment of terror that has been recovered after a relentless operation for 3 days by the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army. It's the Special Operations Group of the Poonch along with Poonch Police and the 39 Rashtriya Rifles of the Indian Army that has done the recovery. That includes 2 pistols along with the 2 magazines, 2 ID sets have been recovered along with the 6 Chinese hand grenades, and what we are picking up that they have also recovered a under-barrel grenade launcher from the possession of these terrorists. Some other ammunition has also been recovered, that is of the 9mm pistol, 24 rounds have been recovered. A wristwatch has also been recovered from this. So it is believed that this consignment could be a consignment that was dropped using drone, but that is being probed. But yeah, big success coming after 72 hours of the relentless operation that were launched by the security forces. A major consignment of terror has been recovered, and these IEDs that have been recovered from the Khaneta areas, we are told that these were high-powered IED sets that have been recovered by the Indian Army in a joint operation with the Jammu and Kashmir police. See, it has come days before the start of the Buddha Amarnath Yatra that is all set to start in the Mandi area of Poonch. This is also a highly revered Yatra, and in this Yatra roughly 50,000 to 80,000 pilgrims pay the obeisance in a time of 2 weeks. So that is, there is going to be a heavy movement of the civilians as well as the security forces towards the Mandi area that pass through this stretch, and now the recovery has been made by the security forces. So a major threat has been averted now with the recovery of this consignment that includes 2 pistols, 2 magazines, 2 IEDs, 6 hand grenades, 1 UBGL and a wristwatch that has been recovered along with the 24 rounds of 9mm pistol.
Absolutely, major threat has been averted, as you rightly pointed out. Thank you so much, Gursimran, for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, shifting our focus to the state of UP, Yogi model is in action as Operation Langra continues in Uttar Pradesh. 3 encounters in Hapur, Noida and Jhansi, and multiple criminals were arrested lately. Here's a full report.
Operation Langda intensifies in Uttar Pradesh and Yogi model is in action. In a statewide sweep, 3 encounters took place in Hapur, Noida and Jhansi. Hapur police arrested 2 notorious cow smugglers who were injured in the leg during the encounter. Police recovered 2 illegal pistols, 1 car and equipment for cow slaughter.
आज रात्रि में थाना कपूरपुर पुलिस के द्वारा मुठभेड़ के दौरान 2 अभियुक्त गणों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है। दोनों के पैर में गोली लगी है। इन लोगों से पूछताछ करने पर एक ने अपना नाम हसीब उर्फ चूजा पुत्र इकरार जो कि संभल का निवासी है तथा दूसरे ने अपना नाम मेराजुद्दीन पुत्र अलाउद्दीन जोया जिला अमरोहा का निवासी है। इन दोनों के पास से एक तमंचा, एक जिंदा कारतूस, एक खोखा कारतूस और इनके पास से बरामद स्विफ्ट गाड़ी में गोकशी के उपकरण बरामद हुए हैं।
In Noida, an encounter took place between police and criminals. The criminals opened fire at the police. In retaliation, one of the criminals got injured. Total 5 criminals were arrested in the encounter. The police seized illegal weapons, stolen cables, stolen car from possession of the 5 criminals. Meanwhile, in Jhansi, a joint team of police arrested 3 accused, including 1 juvenile related to the robbery incident.
आज स्वाट टीम प्रभारी तथा थानाध्यक्ष बरुआ सागर को मुखबिर से सूचना मिली कि जिन अपराधियों ने घटना की है, इस सूचना पर स्वाट टीम प्रभारी तथा थानाध्यक्ष बरुआ सागर की टीम के द्वारा इनकी घेराबंदी की गई। पुलिस टीम पर जान मारने की नीयत से फायर किए। जवाबी फायरिंग में इन 2 अपराधियों के पैर में गोली लगी।
2 accused were injured during the encounter, while legal action is being taken against the 3 accused.
In fact, we have breaking news coming in from Bangladesh. A special tribunal in Bangladesh has indicted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the charges of crimes against humanity related to a deadly crackdown on protesters during July-August uprising last year. The International Crimes Tribunal has also framed charges against former Home Minister and the then Inspector General of the Police as well, with the trial scheduled to begin on August 3. This is a big breaking news that we're getting from you from Bangladesh. Bangladesh has in fact formally indicted Sheikh Hasina in a crimes against humanity case. This has been done by country's International Crimes Tribunal. The ICT has also ordered crimes against humanity case against the ousted Prime Minister, the former Home Minister and the former Inspector General of Police as well. And this is all related for their attempts to suppress the July-August student-led protest last year. But remember, as far as the Inspector General of Police is concerned, he has pleaded guilty and petitioned to turn state witness in the case. As far as this case is concerned, but we are learning that this case will be now heard next month. Now shifting our focus to the state of Karnataka, the Karnataka High Court has ordered issuance of notice to Chief Minister Siddaramaia's wife in connection with the illegal land allotment scam in Muda. The High Court Division Bench today heard the appeal filed by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah challenging the Governor's permission that was given to investigate the Muda scam. The High Court Division Bench has adjourned the hearing till next month, that is September 4th. The Muda case involves activist Nehemai Krishna's plea for a CBI probe, and the High Court Division Bench has directed that notices be issued to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's wife and others named in the case, seeking their response or their objection to this as well. So Karnataka High Court has sought response on all those are involved in the case as far as this Muda case is concerned. And the High Court has also issued orders for the wife of the Karnataka Chief Minister at a time when he's in the national capital. This is a big order that has come from the Karnataka High Court. As far as the Muda scam is concerned, a notice has been shot to the Chief Minister's wife. And with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you how there's an uproar in Kerala University. SFI members stormed Kerala University campus. There was a showdown over Governor's saffronization of Kerala campus.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome back. Now, Kerala University is witnessing unrest as student protests escalate into violent clashes today. The Students' Federation of India is leading the charge against the governor of the state, accusing him of pushing a political agenda on the campuses in the state. Police today responded with water cannons and mass detention as well, intensifying the turmoil. Watch this.
Kerala University has turned into a battlefield. Violent protests led by the Students' Federation of India have erupted across campuses in the state, fueled by explosive allegations against Governor Rajendra Arlekar. The protests have spiraled into chaos, forcing the police to resort to water cannons and mass detentions. Over 27 students have been named in FIRs following a complaint by the Vice-Chancellor alleging vandalism and violence under the Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act.
The police is using water cannons right outside the Kerala University campus. You can see large number of students have climbed on to the barricade, signaling the protest against the alleged saffronization done by the BJP, RSS and the governor is what is being put into the dock right now. This intense protest that you see that is happening is now being controlled by at least 100-150 policemen, both who are taking guard outside the gate as well as inside. A heavily barricaded campus is right now being, we can see this drama being witnessed, and you can see these students over here trying to raise their protest. They're trying to say that any kind of ideology other than the left will not be allowed inside the campus.
The SFI alleges that the governor is trying to saffronize universities. And why so? Because an ode to Bharat Mata through a poster at the Kerala Raj Bhavan has irked the left ecosystem. The Students' Federation of India has claimed that the move is a blatant push of right-wing ideology into secular academic spaces. Heavy police presence, tear gas trucks, and multiple clashes. What began as administrative disagreements has spiraled into a full-blown ideological showdown. With universities now at the heart of a statewide political and cultural clash, Kerala finds itself at a boiling point.
And with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you how there's a setback for the Indie bloc as the Supreme Court has refused to stay the Bihar electoral revision. This and much more on the other side. Stay with us.
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप मातरम
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है इसमें कहा लिखा दिल्ली बोर्ड के इसके खिलाफ रनिंग के साथ जीरो FIR MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है इसमें कहा लिखा दिल्ली बोर्ड के इसके खिलाफ रनिंग के साथ जीरो FIR कराऊंगा सड़क पर चीट के लाऊंगा क्या समझते हैं
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very good evening, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I'm Rakshita Mishra with you, keeping a track of all the latest updates from the country and across the world. Let's start with the headlines at 5. It's a big setback to Indie blog. Top court refuses to stay election commission's voter list revision. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the chief minister for 5 years. SFI members stop Kerala University campus showdown over governors, alleged saffronization of Kerala campuses. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues in Uttar Pradesh. Kingpin Changur Baba's illegal residence to be demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Devarakonda and Rana Dagubati in the betting app scam case. viewers, Supreme Court has allowed the Election Commission of India to continue with its exercise of conducting a special intensive revision of electoral rolls in poll-bound Bihar. And in addition, Supreme Court has also asked the ECI to allow Aadhaar and ration card as ID proof. So this in fact comes as a setback to the India Alliance that was opposing the move of the Election Commission. The SC observation is on your screens right now. And remember, there was a Bihar Bandh that was called by the India Alliance yesterday. And now the Supreme Court has said that the survey will go on. However, it is pointed out that Aadhaar should be included as an ID proof. Shambhavi joins us live on the broadcast from the national capital. Shambhavi, take us through the important observations made by the Supreme Court.
Well, as we know that Supreme Court has refused to put a stay on the SIR process and it made a major observation that why isn't Aadhaar card being included in the list of documents, because Aadhaar card is a document which is referenced in law, and even voter ID card is a document which is issued by the Election Commission itself. So why not include Aadhaar card and the voter ID card and ration card in the list of documents? And basically when they were arguing, the court also mentioned that there are 3 points where the Election Commission should actually argue on. The first point being that does Election Commission have the power to adopt this SIR process, and if they do, what is the process that they're actually adopting while deducting or actually including the names in the voter ID. Plus, third point was the timing of this process, because the Election Commission did say that they have a mandate that they can do this process, the review process, but the court very rightly pointed out that they do, while they do have the mandate to do so, they don't have a mandate for this special revision, for the special intensive revision. Right. And the court has now allowed the Election Commission to continue the process, and the next hearing will be on 28th of July.
Okay, we have our editor Prakash Singh also joining us from Patna right now. This is sort of a setback, you can say, for the India Alliance that was calling for a Bihar Bandh, that called for a Bihar Bandh yesterday, opposing this survey. Now, the Supreme Court, Prakash, has said that there is no problem with the survey. It will continue. The process will continue. However, there have been some questions raised as far as the ID proof is concerned, especially the Aadhaar, which now the court says that it is admissible.
Well, yes, there are several aspects to it. One, that it is a setback for the India Alliance, and especially Manoj Jha, which filed a petition in the Supreme Court that the voter revision should not be carried out by the Election Commission. It is a mandate of the Election Commission. Yes, the timing could be disputed because this kind of exercise do take a lot of time. And yes, I also agree that there was miscommunication from the part of the Election Commission, because if at all there has been confusion regarding voter elimination pertaining to the migrant voters from Bihar specifically, who work in different parts of the country, and if at all the political parties, the RJD and the Congress are spreading a canard that voters would be eliminated, it was the duty of the Election Commission to communicate to the people. So there was no press conference held by the Election Commission on timely basis, because this is a huge exercise just ahead of the Bihar Assembly polls. So there was one confusion that led to the rumor mongering as well, and which led to the political parties going to the Supreme Court, appealing in the Supreme Court. Second, if at all this kind of exercise has to be taken, yes, this is a mandate of the Election Commission. And remember, it is solely the prerogative of the Election Commission, but the question arises in the Simanchal area of Bihar, where there are questions about Rohingya and Bangladeshi infiltrators adding their names into the electoral rolls. So that is where the exercise has to be taken on a serious note. The rest of the area in the North Bihar and South Bihar, there is no such challenge as well. New voters will have to be added. So Those are the questions that needs to be answered by the Election Commission. I feel that the Election Commission could have communicated it properly to the people of India as well as the voters in Bihar, because these kind of exercises will definitely be carried out in Bengal as well. Next year you face Bengal elections, then different parts of the country, UP also, because 27 you have Uttar Pradesh elections. So this kind of confusion will be there, and questions will be raised. So all eyes would be on 28th of July when the Supreme Court will be hearing the case once again. Back to you.
Right, thanks so much for joining us with those details, my colleague Shambhavi and Prakash. Now viewers, we have multiple reactions that are also coming in on this development, on the Supreme Court's observation. Listen in.
इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के द्वारा बिहार के अंतर्गत किया जा रहा है, वो बिहार में आने वाले यानी कि नवंबर 2025 में जो चुनाव होना है उसके मद्देनजर किया जा रहा है, ऐसा उनका एलिगेशन था इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के ऊपर। उन्होंने यह भी कहा कि आधार को क्यों नहीं कंसीडर किया जा रहा है इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के द्वारा, लेकिन उनके तमाम दलीलों को झुठलाते हुए इलेक्शन कमीशन के तरफ से माननीय राकेश द्विवेदी सीनियर एडवोकेट साहब ने स्पष्ट शब्दों में कहा कि जो भी कार्रवाई इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म का चल रहा है वो संविधान के दायरे में है और रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपुल एक्ट की जो धारा 21 है सब धारा 3 और 4 के हिसाब से चल रहा है, इसलिए उसमें कहीं भी किसी तरह की इलीगलिटी नहीं है। तो प्रमा फेसाई माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की दलील को कंसीडर करते हुए विपक्ष को किसी भी तरह का इंटरिम स्टे ऑर्डर देने के लिए इच्छुक नहीं थी। माननीय न्यायालय के मूड को भांपते हुए पिटिशनर्स ने अपने स्टे एप्लीकेशन को आज प्रेस नहीं किया है और इस तरह से इलेक्टोरल रॉल रिवीजन के मामले में माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का किसी भी तरह का स्टे ऑर्डर नहीं है।
That itself is a biggest thing from the Supreme Court. Supreme Court actually basically have given their view through that. Because Aadhaar card, ration card, election ID card to be the part of the verification process.
इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऑर्डर में बिल्कुल स्पष्ट रूप से लिखा ही हुआ था कि ये पूरे देश की एक्सरसाइज है जिसे हम बिहार में शुरू कर रहे हैं। हम सब ने पूछा कि इसकी शुरुआत आप बिहार में क्यों कर रहे हो, इतने थोड़े से समय में क्यों कर रहे हो। जस्टिस बागची ने कहा कि भाई अगर आपको ये सब करना है तो इसे बिहार चुनाव के साथ क्यों जोड़ रहे हो, आप अलग से कर लो, इसमें इतना समय लगता है। और चुनाव आयोग के पास किसी भी सीधे कड़े सवाल का कोई जवाब नहीं था। ये आप सब लोगों ने देखा होगा और मैं समझता हूं कि अब ओनस चुनाव आयोग पे है। अब चुनाव आयोग को बताना होगा कि भाई आधार कार्ड क्यों नहीं स्वीकार करें, राशन कार्ड क्यों नहीं स्वीकार करें, अपना ही एपिक कार्ड क्यों नहीं स्वीकार करें, और ये कैसे सुनिश्चित करें कि जो लोग ऑलरेडी वोटर लिस्ट में थे उनमें से एक भी व्यक्ति बाहर न जाए। जस्टिस बागची ने बार बार कहा कि अगर एक भी व्यक्ति बाहर रहता है तो आपको उसको सुनवाई करनी होगी, उसको चिट्ठी देनी होगी, आपको पूरा करना होगा। ये सारा काम आप कैसे कर सकते हो।
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट में दोनों पक्षों को सुना गया। एक पक्ष ऐसा है जो चाहता है कि बिहार में जो इंटेंसिव रिवीजन हो रहा है, जो मतदाता सूची का सत्यापन हो रहा है, उसको रोक दिया जाए। हमारी मांग ये है कि ये सत्यापन चलना चाहिए, डोर टू डोर चलना चाहिए। हमने ये कहा है कि वोटिंग फंडामेंटल राइट नहीं है, राइट टू वोट फंडामेंटल राइट नहीं, लेकिन फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन फंडामेंटल राइट है। अगर वोटर लिस्ट में एक भी रोहिंग्या का नाम है, एक भी घुसपैठिए का नाम है, उसको काटा जाना जरूरी है। बिना जब तक घुसपैठिए भारत में वोट करेंगे तब तक इसको फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन नहीं कह सकते हैं।
As lawyers, our duty really is to do our best. It is for the court really to understand, because as one side's lawyer, we tend to argue on one side, but the court looks at all sides of the case. But having said that, we are mindful of the fact that the Election Commission is doing its job, and especially since the Act also allows for intensive revision. So the question so much is not the complete lack of power. There is some power, but this kind of abusive use is something that we are against, and which is something that we have apprehended, expressed to the court also, and that is why the court said we'll hear it further on 28th of July.
So viewers, you have multiple reactions coming. It's a setback for the opposition that was calling it a process that cannot be carried out by the Election Commission. Now, in fact, the Supreme Court has said that it will not question the ECI carrying out this exercise, so it has refused to put a stay on that. However, it has raised pointed questions over the poll body to consider include ID cards for Aadhaar card for ID card, ration card, valid documents, even voter ID cards for voter enumeration. All right, we have some breaking news coming in right now from Uttar Pradesh. Viewers, the news is tightening around Changur Baba and his close aide Nasreen, also known as Neetu. Now today, the UP Anti-Terror Squad has obtained their custody for 7 days, and they will be questioned about the network of their gang, the money trail and the illegal properties. Remember, there is an angle of foreign funding coming in from West Asia, from Middle East as well. And so the entire money trail. There you have the man in question, the self-styled godman, the Changur Baba. And he is in custody of the anti-terror squad along with his aide. And the news is tightening around him. His properties has been seized. In fact, many of them have faced bulldozer action as well. He has been taken in Gosaiganj jail as well. 7-day remand for Changur Baba. Raghavendra joins us live on the broadcast for more. Raghavendra, हमें बताएं क्या कुछ और बातें सामने आ रही हैं? 7 दिन की जो है यहाँ पर रिमांड मिल चुकी है एंटी टेरर स्क्वाड को.
बिल्कुल, देखिए कि कल एटीएस ने एनआईए कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन लगाया था और एनआईए कोर्ट ने 7 दिन की रिमांड दी है छांगुर पीर बाबा और नीतू के लिए. हालांकि आज एटीएस की वैन जाती है और छांगुर बाबा और नीतू को लाती है अपने ऑफिस में, यानी लखनऊ एटीएस की ऑफिस में. सुबह 10 बजे से पूछताछ चल रही. पूछताछ के दौरान एक बार छांगुर बाबा की तबीयत खराब हुई. उसने कहा कि मेरी बीपी बढ़ गई है, तो तुरंत एटीएस ने जाँच के दौरान डॉक्टर को बुलाया और उसकी बीपी चेक कराई गई और वहां पर अभी जांच जारी है. तो एटीएस ऑफिस से जो भी जानकारी मिलेगी हो सकता है आने वाले समय में उसका खुलासा हो. लेकिन पूरे पहलुओं पे जांच हो रही है. आखिर 9 लोगों का एफआईआर में नाम दर्ज है. उन 9 लोगों में 4 लोग लखनऊ की जेल में हैं और 5 लोग फरार हैं. साथ ही एक अज्ञात नाम है एफआईआर में, उसकी भी जांच जारी है. साथ ही छांगुर बाबा के जो अन्य सलाहकार हैं, जानने वाले लोग हैं, उनकी भी कहीं न कहीं उनके ऊपर भी पुलिस से निगाह लगाए हुए है. उनको भी ढूंढ रही है. जैसे मोहम्मद अहमद का नाम आ रहा है और तमाम तरह के और भी नाम आ रहे हैं जिनके साथ छांगुर बाबा का लेन देन है, पैसे का ट्रांजैक्शन है. पूरी तरह से जो अवैध धर्मांतरण का जो खेल खेला जा रहा था उसकी जांच हो रही है. अवैध फंडिंग की जांच हो रही है. हवाला के नेटवर्क की जांच हो रही है. अरब कंट्री और नेपाल से आए हुए पैसों की जांच हो रही है. कितने लोगों को इस चंगुल में फंसाया गया उसकी भी जांच हो रही है. कहाँ कहाँ प्रॉपर्टी है उसकी भी जांच हो रही है. तो हर तरह के सवाल लिए जाएंगे. अभी एसटीएफ जांच कर रहे, एटीएस जांच कर रही है. आने वाले समय में एसटीएफ पूरे मामले पर लगी हुई है. ईडी भी आगे अभी एफआईआर दर्ज की है. ईडी अभी दस्तावेज की तलाश कर रही है. दस्तावेज के बाद हो सकता है छांगुर बाबा से पूछताछ करे और उसके बाद एनआईए भी इसमें आ सकता है, क्योंकि राष्ट्र विरोधी मामला है. कहीं न कहीं आतंकियों को भी सह देने की बात यहाँ पर आ रही है. ऐसे में एनआईए भी यहाँ पर जांच कर सकती है. तो सारे पहलुओं पे जांच हो रही है. इस दौरान लगातार तीसरे दिन उतरौला में यानी बलरामपुर में बुलडोजर चला है. 3 दिन से लगातार बुलडोजर चला है छांगुर बाबा के साम्राज्य पर. मकान को पूरी तरह से जमींदोज कर दिया गया है. जहां तक क्रॉस लगा था, जहां तक पैमाइश की गई थी, जितना तोड़ा जाना था वह तीसरे दिन तोड़ा जा चुका है. कार्रवाई समाप्त हो गई है और आने वाले समय में अगर दस्तावेज में कुछ और प्रॉपर्टी निकलेगी अवैध ढंग से तो वहां भी बुलडोजर चलेगा. चूंकि मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ ने साफ कह दिया है कि उत्तर प्रदेश में इलीगल काम नहीं चलेगा. यहां पर देश विरोधी गतिविधियां आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती, सफल नहीं हो सकती. उनके ऊपर बुलडोजर चलेगा और सख्त कार्रवाई होगी, ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री ने भी कह के बता दिया है.
Raghavendra Babu, शुक्रिया मैच जुड़ने के लिए. We was in fact with the mastermind behind this illegal conversion racket in ATS's net. The ADGP, Law and Order Uttar Pradesh, the ADG of Law and Order has revealed that the gang was active for the last 15 years. Listen in.
पूर्व में भी जानकारी दी गई थी कि जमालुद्दीन और छांगुर बाबा की गतिविधियों के संबंध में मुकदमा एटीएस में पंजीकृत किया गया था. 5 जुलाई को छांगुर बाबा और जमालुद्दीन और उसके प्रमुख सहयोगी नीतू उर्फ नसरीन की गिरफ्तारी की गई थी। आज 7 दिवस का रिमांड यूपी एटीएस द्वारा इन्वेस्टिगेशन के दौरान इन दोनों मुख्य अभियुक्तों का लिया गया है। इनसे इस गैंग के सभी गतिविधियों, इनके मनी ट्रेल, इनके द्वारा अर्जित अवैध संपत्तियां इत्यादि की जानकारी की जाएगी। साथ ही संपूर्ण गैंग के नेटवर्क की जानकारी भी प्राप्त की जाएगी। इसके अलावा इस गैंग ने जहां जहां अवैध संपत्ति अर्जित की है, अवैध धन का इस्तेमाल करके, उन सभी की भी जानकारी की जाएगी तथा अवैध संपत्तियों को जब्तीकरण की कार्रवाई तथा उन्हें डिमोलिश करने की कार्रवाई भी की जाएगी।
Now, the fatal IAF fighter jet crash on Rajasthan's Churu district, which claimed the lives of 2 IAF pilots, has put the focus back on the aging Jaguar fleet. In fact, Republic TV has been the only channel to highlight the findings of the 2017 CAG report on this fleet. CAG report flagged multiple operational and systemic shortcomings. The audit flagged significant delays in procurement and installation of autopilot systems, impacting mission efficiency since 2017. Maintenance and serviceability issues, similar to those faced with the IL series aircraft, persists with the Jaguars, further affecting their readiness. Additionally, critical security lapses were noted at air bases, including non-functional under-vehicle scanning systems posing threats to base safety. 3 such accidents have been reported, viewers, in the last 4 months. So now, viewers, this is a Jaguar challenge we're talking about. Aging airframes, 40 years, more than 40 years in service. Structural fatigue limits, further upgrades have also been there. And talking about the underpowered engines, they are reduced payload and performance. In fact, re-engineering stalled by high cost and complexity as well. Number 3 is outdated technology, no stealth features for the Jaguar, and it falls short against the modern fighter standards. So begets the question, do we really need this? And finally, we have the budgetary constraints. Upgrade funds clash with new aircraft procurement. Already, the Air Force is struggling with procurement. It urgently needs more aircraft. And it also forces tough prioritization. So the budgetary constraints also a case in point. Now, viewers, Republic has also spoken to the family of the deceased pilot, who say that the pilot himself had red flagged this fleet. This is Lokendra's family, who say that he used to discuss about the aircraft which he flew belonged to the age-old technology. Listen in.
इसके बारे में ज़रूर वो डिस्कस करता था कि जो वो एयरक्राफ्ट फ्लाई कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ही पुरानी टेक्नोलॉजी के हैं एंड उनको जो है अगर अपग्रेड किया जाए, नॉट इवन अपग्रेड, अगर उनको जो है रिप्लेस किया जाए विद द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी तो वो उनके लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है, उनके लिए सेफ भी है इवन कि जो है अपने जो उनके जो काम हैं, उनके मिशंस हैं वो उनको भी कंप्लीट कर पाएँ, वो खुद को भी सेफ रख पाएँ। तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। और जैसे MiG-21 है, आई थिंक अब ये रिप्लेस हो गए हैं, तो जैगवार जो है अभी भी एक वो एयरक्राफ्ट जो है मुझे लगता है कि जिसको रिप्लेसमेंट की अभी बहुत सख्त ज़रूरत।
Some breaking news coming in right now. The probe into the online betting app scam has only picked up pace now. The ECIR has been registered on the basis of 5 FIRs registered in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The complainant has reported a total loss of 3.22 crore rupees in 2 of these FIRs. However, the amount of loss has not been specified in the remaining 3 FIRs. Total value of the POC involved in the case is expected to increase substantially. With regard to the alleged receipt of POC, the funds by certain celebrities, summons are proposed to be issued to ascertain the exact amounts received by them. Additionally, 3 more FIRs pertaining to the same matter have been received. Now, these will be incorporated in the ECIR. It's expected that more FIRs will be registered in this case. So, these are the celebrities, viewers, that have been, more than 20 of them from South have been named, have been booked 29 celebrities have been booked, have been named in this scam, and the ED heat on these actors. They are in the ED net. It's a multi-crore betting app scam, and in the latest we have is that the investigation is only intensifying. And in fact, ED has launched these cases against Vijay Devarakonda, Rana Daggubati, Prakash Raj are some of the names who have figured in this list who are under scanner, this illegal betting app case. And viewers, there are multiple reports that we are getting in about not just celebrities but the allegations, of course, how these celebrities were accused of promoting these illegal betting apps. Henceforth, they are in the net, and ED is investigating the money laundering and the financial links as well. And remember, the many of these apps were also used by by minors as well, and charges linked to economic distress on the middle class, luring the users. Okay, this is another case we are talking about. This is another online betting app scam. So this is another betting app scam, viewers, that we're talking about. That is under the list of, it's under the scanner of the agencies. And of course, this pertains to luring these multiple users, and Vijay Devarakonda, Rana Daggubati among those. This is another where cricketers are also named, another app. This is another app that is also under scanner. ED has filed the case, and Aneri is joining us live on the broadcast for more. Aneri, tell us more details about this betting app case. What are the charges, and also the how much trouble these celebrities are in?
Well, what we see is that based on the FIR that was registered earlier by the Hyderabad City Police and the Cyberabad Police a few months back, where some of the celebrities were booked for promoting these online betting apps. Now we see that based on that FIR itself, the Enforcement Directorate has now registered a case, and some almost 29 celebrities like Vijay Devarakonda, Manchu Lakshmi, Prakash Raj, and many of these celebrities have been booked by the Enforcement Directorate in this very case. And also at the same time, now based on the investigation, we will be seeing further investigation that will be taken up by the Enforcement Directorate. And also some of the actors are likely to receive notices from the Enforcement Directorate for questioning into this very matter, and as to they will have to share what exactly are the details of this very case. And also at the same time, what we see is that these celebrities were seen promoting these online betting apps, and that is the reason why we see now, based on the FIR that was registered by the Hyderabad City Police and Cyberabad Police, the Enforcement Directorate has now taken over the case, and they will be investigating into this case.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, Aneri, for joining us with those details coming in. All right, viewers, we shift our focus to other stories that are making news from across the country. This is Bharat in 5 minutes. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddharamaiah has dismissed speculation about a change in leadership, stating unequivocally that there is no vacancy for Chief Minister in Karnataka. He emphasized that there is no 50-50 formula for power sharing with Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who himself has acknowledged Siddharamaiah's current role. Siddharamaiah reiterates that any decision will be made by the Congress High Command this evening.
That is what D.K. Shivakumar said it, and I am also said the same. See, there is no vacancy. Is there any vacancy of Chief Ministership? I am very much here before you. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Supreme Court heard a batch of pleas challenging the Election Commission of India's move to conduct a special intensive revision of electoral rolls in poll-bound Bihar. Supreme Court asked Election Commission why it started the special intensive revision exercise of electoral rolls in Bihar so late, questioning the timing. The top court says there is nothing wrong in SIR exercise, but it should have been done months before the ensuing election. So there is no stay from the Supreme Court on this exercise. Tamil Nadu police in a major breakthrough have arrested Sadiq, also known as Taylor Raja, a key accused in the 1998 Coimbatore bomb blast and multiple communal murder cases across the state. A joint operation by the Anti-Terror Squad and Coimbatore City Police led to his capture after 26 years in Vijaypura district of Karnataka. BJP national spokesperson highlighted a key diplomatic achievement of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent five-nation tour, saying that Prime Minister successfully brought global attention to the issue of terrorism at the BRICS summit. He said that Prime Minister Modi firmly asserted that the perpetrators and victims of terrorism cannot be equated, marking a significant stance that underscored India's consistent position on combating global terrorism.
Prime Minister has unequivocally and categorically established the matter of terrorism at the BRICS, and he has said that the perpetrators of the terror and the victims of terror cannot be equated. So this was our diplomatic success, and it was very important for the strategical point of view.
The Supreme Court has issued notice to the Attorney General of India seeking the Indian government's response to the plea of a 37-year-old Indian woman from Kerala, Nimisha Priya, who has been booked for murder in Yemen and is facing death penalties. Now, the Council for Priya says that negotiations through diplomatic channels can be explored by the Indian government to defend Priya, and it was also stated that under the Sharia law in Yemen, there is an option of blood money negotiation which could commute Priya's sentence. In a major success under the ongoing anti-Maoist operation in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur district, Pasagoda police in a joint operation with CRPF have arrested two active Maoist operatives. According to police sources, the duo was allegedly involved in planning disruptive activities and was in possession of illegal explosive items at the time of arrest. All right, viewers, we will slip into a short break and we'll get you details from Karnataka. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the Chief Minister for 5 years. And SFI members storm Kerala University campus. Showdown over governor's alleged saffronization of Kerala campuses.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. I am the least racist person. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark, but I don't care who's in the audience. I'm the least racist person in this room.
Okay, Vice President Biden, let me ask you very quickly, and then I have a follow-up question for you.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire. Every single one. Started off his campaign coming down the escalator saying he's going to get rid of those Mexican rapists. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims. He has moved around.
The reason we've launched the Nationalist Collective is because we believe it is time now for a group of ideologically driven Indians to drive the destiny of our country. For far too long, people who have had interests inimical to national interest have held sway. We need to put nationalism first, nation first. The Nationalist Collective is a very clear and sharp movement, presents the spirit of a new India, which stands by what is right, does what is right, and raises its voice for what is right. Remember, this country is safe only if it is in the hands of nationalists. This country will grow only if nation first becomes our principal motto, where the only ism that matters is nationalism. Join the Nationalist Collective. It is going to be the largest non-political movement in this country.
बड़े बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Big setback for the Indy bloc. Top court refuses to stay EC's voters list revision. Fierce power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that he will remain the chief minister for 5 years. SFI members storm Kerala University campus, showdown over governor's alleged saffronization of campuses in the state. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Changur Baba's illegal residence continues to be demolished today. Enforcement Directorate files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda and Rana Dagubatti in the betting app scam case. Welcome back, friends. A day before the movie Udaipur Files will hit the theatres, that's tomorrow, the case has reached the court. It has been challenged. The Delhi High Court is hearing the petitions regarding certification of the Udaipur Files. In fact, the matter is before the bench of Chief Justice D.K. Upadhyay and Justice Anis Dayal. The court is ascertaining the question, how far can we go to overrule the satisfaction of board after the board is satisfied about suitability of film to be released. Udaipur Files matter now with the Delhi High Court. There is a hearing taking place. Let's try to understand what's the hearing about. We go to our reporter Shambhavi. She's joining us live from outside the court. Shambhavi, earlier in the last hearing, we had the producers of the film saying that they will amend the promo or the trailer as it is called, and then they will come back. Now, what's the hearing about?
Yes, they did agree with it, but then Mr. Kapil Sharma has put forward certain arguments saying that he saw the movie as well, and that the movie is not art. That movie cannot be considered an art. It is actually cinematic vandalism. And he has urged the court to consider not letting this movie see the light of the day, go out in the public. And the hearing is still continuing. We are awaiting any kind of decision. I think decision will be in 5 to 6 minutes. The bench just went on a short break, and when it's back, it will give its final decision.
Did the bench also watch the movie? I believe in the last hearing an instruction was given that a joint hearing would be held, a joint screening of the movie would be held. Did the justices also watch the movie, Shambhavi?
Well, they did instruct the producers to show the movie to the person, to the organization which filed the PIL, and also the concerned advocates as well, and that they did put forward their review of the movie, and that is what the entire hearing is about. The matter is, the movie is basically based on the Kanhaiya Lal murder case, and the ASG also pointed out that this movie is not religion specific. This movie is actually crime specific or a particular incident specific, and yeah, we are still awaiting the decision.
Yeah, we are awaiting the decision, and you say the court has taken a break, and it would come back in 5 to 6 minutes. Are we expecting that the verdict would be announced now in 5 to 6 minutes, Shambhavi, when the bench meets again?
Yes. We are expecting the verdict to be announced in 5 to 6 minutes, yes.
And going by the drift that we had during the hearing today, did the petitioners argue that the movie should not be released, that people have no right to watch it? Was that their argument?
They did say that, yes, this is a movie which cannot be considered art. He reiterated again and again that this is not art. If the producers are calling it an art, this is not art. This is cinematic vandalism, and it definitely should not be gone out in public. The people should not be able to see it. This is this is misleading as well. So they did argue that, yeah.
Yeah, they say that the movie is misleading, but who decides that the movie is misleading? Because the court, I think there is some hint into the mind of the court. You can get a peep into the mind of the court, Shambhavi, because the court observed, as I quote, how far can we go to overrule the satisfaction of the censor board after the board is satisfied about the suitability of the film to be released? So essentially, what the court is saying is that this is an executive function, that there is an assigned body, which is the censor board, or the CBFC as it is called, Central Board of Film Certification, that if they have certified the movie and that if they are satisfied, then who are we to really get in beyond certain objections that were taken into account and the producers asked to make those amends. So you think that the movie might pass the muster after the changes that were made in the trailer, and perhaps all those changes also reflected in the movie?
Well, actually ascertaining the tone of the bench and the entire hearing today, we can definitely expect that the movie will be passed. The bench is going to maybe release an order in the favor of the producers. Yes.
And the producers have also said that there is no malice against anyone. It's not targeted at any community, that no community is named. So that kind of undertaking obviously has come from the producers. You think that that can weigh in when the court decides in a matter of minutes from now? I think we lost the line there. Okay, Shambhavi, if you're getting me, I was asking because the producers have also given an undertaking that there is no malice against any community, no community is targeted in the movie. You think the court would weigh in that undertaking by the producers while making that decision in a few minutes from now?
Definitely, the court is going to consider this, because ASG has argued again and again that this movie is not intended to target any particular religion. It is just explaining the details of what happened during an incident or what happened during that crime. And it also argued that although it is an art, it is open to the interpretation of the people who see it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the sense that the people should be able to decide for themselves whether what they are watching is watch-worthy or not, whether they are watching is driven with any malice. And to that extent, I think there would be a freedom of expression argument also, which would weigh in. Shambhavi, we will keep coming back to you. Hope you keep a close track and break the story as and when the court decides, which you say is going to be any moment now. For now, we move on to to the other story, which is political and from Karnataka. It's been there for a while now, in fact, over a few weeks, that the power tussle is going on between the Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah, and his Deputy Chief Minister, D.K. Shivakumar. The jousting for power going on. In fact, Siddaramaiah was in Delhi to meet the Congress leadership, and on the sidelines he said there was no discussion in the Congress in his meetings regarding any change in the post of Chief Minister. When asked about the purpose of the AICC in charge of Karnataka, Randeep Surjewala, conducting one-on-one meetings with MLAs, the Chief Minister asked the reporters to pose the question to Surjewala himself. In fact, he also said that, as I see it, there is no vacancy in the state. I am the Chief Minister and I am to go on for the remainder of the 5-year term. Let's listen into what he said or told reporters in Delhi.
That is what D.K. Shivakumar said it, and I am also said the same. See, there is no vacancy. Is there any vacancy of Chief Ministership? I'm very much here before you. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Right, when he was outside that room, my colleague Harsha Chandwani confronted Siddaramaiah on the power tussle. Watch him.
One question on the regiment change, on the leadership speculation. You have stated that you will stay as CM for 5 years.
So many speculations in the news.
You stated that you will stay as Chief Minister for 5 years, but many are saying that there is dissent also. One question on the regiment change, on the leadership speculation. You have stated that you will stay as CM for 5 years.
So many speculations in the news.
You stated that you will stay as Chief Minister for 5 years, but many are saying that there is dissent also.
So Siddaramaiah maintaining that silence, avoiding the question, evading the question when Harsha asked him about the possibility of leadership change. Earlier, of course, he has said that there is no vacancy in Karnataka insofar as the post of Chief Minister is concerned, that I am continuing and I'll continue and complete my 5-year tenure. This is amidst this long-going tussle between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, jousting for the post of Chief Minister. Of course, the Shivakumar camp maintains that there was an understanding that the 5-year term would be split between the two leaders midway, which obviously has not happened. But the MLAs belonging to the Shivakumar camp have been building up momentum with their statements and trying to create a situation where the central leadership of the Congress party had to intervene. Let's listen to another Congress leader, Dinesh Gundu Rao, what he had to say on this ongoing tussle between the two camps in Karnataka.
There will not be any further questions on this. I hope media will stop asking these questions again, because this clarifies it completely.
Some of your MLAs were making time and again.
I don't know. Anyway, now no need to ask these questions anymore.
Is it a final clarification you're saying, sir?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Moving on for now, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar has made a big admission that Turkey stood with Islamabad during the India-Pakistan conflict. And this comes just days after India exposed the unholy trio of Pakistan, China and Turkey on the global stage. Listen into Ishaq Dar.
The deep nexus between Pakistan and Turkey is out and open.
Pakistan Foreign Minister has just revealed what many in India have always known. Ishaq Dar made a big admission. He met with the Turkish counterpart and admitted to Turkey's role during India-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan considers Turkey a trusted friend and a reliable brother, a nation that has always stood by us. History is full of examples of this brotherhood, and latest being during the Indo-Pakistan conflict.
Pakistan and Turkey alignment has been no secret, but now it is official. The admission comes few days after India exposed Pakistan, China and Turkey nexus.
Pakistan was the front face. We had China providing all possible support, and it's no surprise because if you were to look at statistics, in the last 5 years, 81% of the military hardware that Pakistan is getting is all Chinese, 81% of that. So it's no surprise. And China, of course, the good old dictum, killed by a borrowed knife, 36 stratagems that China talks about, killed by a borrowed knife. So he would rather use the neighbor to cause pain than getting involved in the mud-slinging match on the northern border. So that is what he's seen. And another thing that China perhaps has seen is that he's able to test his weapons against, say, various other weapon systems that are there. It's like a live lab which is available to. So it's a good, that is what is something we have to be very, very cognizant about. Again, Turkey also played a very important role in providing the type of support that was there. Bayraktar, of course, he's been giving from before. We saw numerous other drones also coming in, landing in the face of war, during the war, along with trained sort of individuals who were there.
With Pakistan's admission, the mask is off and the nexus is out and open.
In a shocking incident at Kartar Memorial School in Bas village of Narnaud block of Hisar district in Haryana, 2 minor students fatally stabbed their principal Jagbir Singh after he reprimanded them for their improper haircuts and lack of discipline. The attack occurred on the school campus following a confrontation over school rules. The police have launched an investigation into the incident. In fact, we have Lalit joining us live for more details from Chandigarh. And Lalit, unfortunate tragedy panning out there. These delinquents, juvenile, where are they? And has the police been able to speak to their parents? And what other details can you share about this case?
Abhishek, if we talk about this whole incident, it is said to be happened around in the morning between 10 to 10:30 a.m. when 2 school students who are said to be minor of class 11th and 12th have stabbed the school principal Jagjit Singh and after that they just fled from the spot. Right now, if we talk about, they are still at large and police have made teams to catch hold them. Still they are at large and a number of teams have been made. Investigations are on, the CCTV footages have been taken into account, and apart from that, if you talk about this whole shocking incident which has been reported, is said to be when the school, both minor students did not follow the school decorum, and for the discipline, the owner of the school, Jagjit Singh, scolded both the students. So in the fit of anger, both the minor students stabbed the school principal 4 to 5 times, and after that he was rushed to a private hospital where he succumbed to the injuries. So right now both the students are at large and teams have been made to find both the students who are still at large. Back to the studio.
Students still at large. Cops hot on their trail. Thank you, Lalit, with those details. And of course, we keep coming back to you for more as and when those developments take place. So moving on for now, only 6 days left A 37-year-old Indian nurse from Kerala, Nimisha Priya, is on death row in Yemen. Her execution is scheduled for July 16. Today, the Supreme Court sought the Indian government's response to a plea urging urgent diplomatic intervention. Is there still hope? Here's a report.
Nimisha Priya, a nurse from Kerala, convicted of murdering a Yemeni national. Under Sharia law, she faces the death penalty. But her lawyer says there may still be a lifeline through diplomacy and the concept of blood money that can legally commute a death sentence in Yemen. On Thursday, Nimisha's lawyer urgently mentioned the matter before a vacation bench of the Supreme Court that agreed to hear it on 14th of July, Monday. The court also issued notice to the Attorney General of India asking the government to respond.
We filed the petition today morning itself, and we mentioned it at 10:30 before Justice Honorable Dhulia, and the bench agreed to hear, considering the urgency of the matter, and the bench directed us to serve the advance copy to Attorney General's office, so they can look into the matter and they can do something, and the government can do whatever possible ways. So the matter will be listed on 14th of July on Monday for exploring the final option of saving Ms. Nimisha Priya. So we filed a petition seeking the directions to the Union of India for exploring this possibility through this diplomatic channel.
What's your name, sir?
Subhash Chandran KR.
Back home from Kerala to Delhi, activists and leaders are demanding immediate intervention from the Indian government to bring Nimisha home alive. CPI MP Britas has written to External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar seeking intervention. Priya went to Yemen in 2011 and co-founded a clinic with Talal Abdo Mehdi, who allegedly abused her and withheld her passport. She tried to escape by drugging him, but he died. The clock is ticking. The Supreme Court hears her plea on 14th of July. 6 days, one life, a race against time.
All right, race against time. Moving on, the Enforcement Directorate registered an enforcement case information report on the ED equivalent of an FIR on July 9 against Jamaluddin alias Changur Baba, his real name being Karimullah Shah. He is accused of religious conversions, utilization of foreign funding and activities posing a potential threat to national security and communal harmony in the country, specifically Uttar Pradesh. The ED has launched an investigation into the offences of money laundering and gathered information that he has sent funds worth 106 crore rupees. He's received funds to the tune of 106 crore rupees, mainly from the Middle East in 40 bank accounts over the last few years. 106 crore rupees with this Baba Jamaluddin, and he's been, of course, in custody of UP ATS, and parallelly, even as investigation is going on to nab his accomplices and aides, the Enforcement Directorate now getting into the picture and starting an investigation into all those accounts. Obviously, those 40 accounts would have been opened with the help of accomplices. The money channelized huge network of money laundering being run by the Changur Baba. Shawan joins us live now, and Shawan, what more can we share with our viewers in this Changur Baba case, even as the Yogi police goes after him, now the ED also getting into the picture?
Well, in fact, as far as the Enforcement Directorate's case against Changur Baba is concerned, alias Jamaluddin, important to point out here that in the preliminary investigation and the note that we have just accessed, they've made two important points in terms of the money that has actually come in. And they've called it a national security concern. In fact, they say that 106 crore rupees, that's the amount that these actually got from the Middle East, particularly in receiving in about 40 bank accounts. So what they're essentially looking at are two things. One, the source of the funding. Second, whether at all some sort of a circuitous manner was used to get those funding, and the money that Changur Baba himself was actually raising, where did the money really go and who was actually utilizing it? And that is exactly what the Enforcement Directorate is looking at it right now. The multiple bank accounts, the multiple properties that were essentially amassed, and where was the funding really coming in from?
All right, thank you so much, Shawan, with those details. ED hot on the chase of the money laundering operation that was being run by Changur Baba, even as the ATS carries out parallel investigation. Moving on for now, we slip into a short break. Coming back with the bulldozer action against the illegal conversion racket of Changur Baba, the kingpin. Also, the ED Files case against 29 actors, including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda and Rana Dagubatti in the betting app scam case.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAF.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है, इसमें कहा लिखा दिल्ली कोच के इसके खिलाफ लतीफ के साथ जीरो FIR कराऊंगा, साले को सड़क पर चीट के लाऊंगा। क्या समझते हैं ये किसी पे भी नहीं लिखा। ये करने क्या आए हो? आते क्यों हो यहाँ पर? वो बोला, फिर वो बोला तुम्हें जात दिखाऊंगा, जाओगे कैसे? हमारे साथ ये सारे खड़े थे। मैंने पता है क्या करा? मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ छोटा सा। मैंने उसकी फोटो ली, मैं दिखा रहा हूँ 2 मिनट, आपको सारी चीजें दिखा रहा हूँ सब कुछ। 1 मिनट रुको, मैंने इसकी फोटो ली, हम दिल्ली भेजी, मैंने कहा ये आदमी ये है, तो तुरंत वहां से मेरे को आया फोन कि इसका नाम नदीम है। मैंने कहा भैया नदीम, तो कह रहा है यस। मैंने कहा 3 मिनट में अगर तेरा।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
welcome viewers. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 and I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. It's a setback for the India Alliance in Bihar as the top court refuses to put a stay on the Bihar voter list survey. But what has the Supreme Court told the EC about the ID proof? We'll tell you all of that amid the power tussle in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah says that there is no vacancy for Chief Minister's post. It seems that he has dug his heels in. A betting scam is exploding. At least 29 celebrities are in the ED's net. The crackdown against UP's conversion Baba continues in full swing. We'll get you the latest updates on the bulldozer action and the police investigation on that. Meanwhile, protests in Kerala University are turning violent over the Bharat Mata row. Finally, we get to our Foreign Minister of Pakistan has admitted to Turkey's role in assisting Pakistan, which is completely opposite of what Pak Army Chief Asim Munir had said while he rejected India's claims. We'll get you all that and more. First, our top story, viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big setback to the opposition. The Supreme Court has allowed the Election Commission of India to proceed with the special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Bihar, thereby suggesting that Aadhaar card, ration card and voter ID will be considered as valid documents during the process. Now, this decision comes after petitions were filed challenging the ECI's decision, with concerns raised over the potential impact on electoral integrity and voter privacy. The court has directed the ECI to file an affidavit within a week in response to the pending petitions and scheduled the next hearing for the 28th of July. The ECI has defended its decision, citing its constitutional authority to conduct such exercises, which later be extended to the rest of the country. All right, viewers, we have Dr. Adish C. Agarwal, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court of India, joining us on the broadcast for more. Sir, how do you see this development? Supreme Court has said, which is, of course, rejecting the demand of the opposition that this survey cannot be carried out. But the fact remains that Election Commission has full right to carry out this exercise. And also, what do you have to say about the admissibility of the Aadhaar card? Because clearly, Supreme Court has questioned the EC on that.
You see, at this moment, although this is a ruling that Aadhaar card can't be treated a proof of citizenship, but as timing is very short, and because everybody is not having other things, and to prove ordinary person is not having any card saying that a person is a citizen. Even passport is not a proof of citizenship. So at this moment, when time is very short, so Honorable Supreme Court held, why you are saying that Aadhaar will be not considered? Aadhaar should be considered, that Supreme Court has held. Because this is a question of removal of somebody's name from the voter list. So when you want to remove somebody's name, you have to give them opportunity. First, they are going to seek certain documents, and it is not necessary for poor people that they will be, or illiterate people, they will be having so many documents. So when a person is having Aadhaar, the Honorable Supreme Court told the Election Commission that how you can oppose when time is very short. They say election has to be in end of October or first part of November, because the term of the State Assembly will be expiring on 22nd of November 2025. And as now they have started, and there can be a possibility a person is traveling, a sufficient time is to be given. Although and moreover, in Bihar, most of the people are working out of the state. They are doing business, they are doing service, they have gone out. So, keeping in view that fact, the Honorable Supreme Court says Aadhaar should be also considered for the time being
Right, sir.
in this process.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for joining us with those details, Mr. Adish Agarwal on Republic TV with his viewpoint. We have some breaking news coming in on 6 stories at 6 right now. Court is dictating, the Udaipur Court is, Delhi High Court is dictating the order on Udaipur Files. It is recording the submissions right now. And this is with regards to this film, release of the film. Udaipur Files, Kanhaiya Lal Taylor murder, and accused in the case has filed a writ petition in the Supreme Court seeking to stop the release. And proceedings of this PIL have been instituted challenging certification of the film under Section 5E of Cinematograph Act, which was granted by Censor Board of the certification. Just a day before the move, Udaipur Files will hit the theatres. Case has reached the court viewers. It has been challenged. And the matter is before the Chief Justice D.K. Upadhyaya and Justice Anis Dayal. Court is ascertaining the question, how far can we go to overrule the satisfaction of board after the board is satisfied about suitability of the film to be released. My colleague Shambhavi joins us live on the broadcast. Shambhavi, first of all, just tell us, just give us a brief understanding of the entire case and the latest updates that you're picking up right now as we speak.
Well, the Udaipur Files, this movie has been under scrutiny for a long time now, and it is set to be released tomorrow. And the Delhi High Court is currently hearing why it should not be released, because there has been certain objections saying that this movie is targeting a particular religion, a minority, and this movie has also been said that it is cinematic vandalism. Although earlier there were certain orders where the producers were asked to drop the trailer of the movie because the movie had some parts of the uncertified complete movie. So the trailer was dropped, but still Mr. Sibbil representing the petitioners here have some reservations regarding this movie actually seeing the light of the day. The bench has reassembled now. It is currently recording submissions and dictating the order. We will hear the final verdict at any moment now.
Absolutely, of course, all eyes on that verdict or that decision that will be taken by the court in Delhi, viewers. So Delhi High Court, remember, had directed the Udaipur Files screening for the petitioners in this case, viewers. This is a case that pertains to the Kanhaiya Lal murder case, viewers, remember. And it has prominent actors like Vijay Raj featuring in that. And it was a sensational case, viewers, of hate crime or hate killing in Udaipur. And this is a movie based on that killing, Taylor Kanhaiya Lal murder case. And objections were raised on that. And High Court's direction to screen the movie came after CBFC, the Censor Board, Central Board for Film Certification, and the makers of the movie had claimed that objectionable portions had been removed from the film and there was no ground to stall its release. And petitions claimed that the movie had the potential to inflame communal tensions and disrupt public order in the country. Now, of course, all eyes will be on that. And this is, of course, about free speech. Now, why is the free speech coming under scanner when it comes to a case like this is also something that is questionable. Delhi High Court order on Udaipur Files certification will be shortly. Viewers, the verdict will be out very shortly. And Udaipur Files Rao. Just for the benefit of our viewers, Shambhavi, if you could just take back our viewers through to the case and the incident which this movie is based on.
Well, this movie is based on the Kanhaiya Lal murder case, and the petitioner, the respondents have again and again reiterated that this movie is not targeting any particular religion. It is actually crime specific. It is actually letting people know what happened. And earlier this movie was named as Gyanvapi Files, but after objections from the court, objections from the petitioner, the court asked the Gyanvapi term to be dropped. Then it was Udaipur Files. There were certain certain objections regarding the name of a couple of people in the movie, which was very clear. And Mr. Sibal also pointed out that although the name has been changed from Gyan Vapi Files to Udaipur Files now, the content is the same. The intent is the same. There is clarity. There is the entire content. There has been no difference. So just by dropping the name, it is not going to create any difference. And hence, this is a movie which should not be let out in public.
Right.
They will be doing a big disservice if this is actually.
This was a case that shook the entire nation, viewers. That video that went viral is playing out to the left side of your screens. These were two individuals, Mohammad Ghaus and Mohammad Riaz. In June 2022, they mercilessly beheaded tailor Kanhaiya Lal. In the day, you can see this was Kanhaiya Lal. He was working in his shop and he was murdered. And this act was recorded. This brutal killing was recorded. This clip was circulated. The intention of this is something that is to be highlighted and was highlighted, much talked about. It was in the spotlight. Now when it goes on to the movie, onto the screens, it is being objected. Now this is an act that was recorded allegedly after some remarks and some post was made by Kanhaiya Lal. This was a murder, sensational murder, merciless, brutal killing on camera by these two individuals, Mohammad Ghaus and Mohammad Riaz in June 2022. And this movie, Udaipur Files, is said to be based on this incident, which has not gone down well with some, and they have asked for taking down some scenes. And they have questioned the intent behind this. Delhi court will be hearing this case for this film, for the certification of this film, and shortly the verdict will be out. The petitioners have claimed that the film violated the constitutional morality. In fact, I'm getting some updates from inside the court, viewers, as we speak. The court says, and I just quote, "It was prayed that proceedings of this petition be deferred. Counsel for petitioner submitted. It is only that a mention to take up the matter was made before SC, which was refused. However, no such order permitting release of film was passed. Shri Kapil Sharma informs court that a mention was made by him before the EC." Okay, so it's just going on. It's underway. We'll tell you, the bench is right now summarizing, viewers. The bench is pronouncing the judgment as we speak. The bench is summarizing the arguments, is what we understand. And in just a short while from now, we're just moments away from that verdict, viewers, on this film, the Udaipur Files. And we will get you the fastest updates on Republic TV. So stand by for the verdict on the Udaipur Files. And proceedings of this PIL, viewers, have been instituted challenging certification of the film under the Cinematograph Act, which was granted by the censor board of the film. So this is a controversy that erupted over this film called Udaipur Files. This Vijay Raj movie, and the controversy escalated. And even many leaders like Abu Azmi also demanded a ban on this movie. It's said to be based on this incident, viewers, the tailor that was murdered in 2022. And there was massive outrage, remember, over this murder in the country. But there seems to be some problem if these cases are highlighted. It doesn't go down well with some groups, it seems. A protest that started against Udaipur Files has increased. Now we have this matter in the court, and the demand to ban the release film gained momentum as well. The Jamaat Ulema-e-Hind, Jamaat Islami, also raised the demand to ban the film. And Shambhavi continues to get us more. Shambhavi, if you can just recollect, because we understand that there is the bench is summarizing this verdict right now. And if you have any latest update from the court, you please go ahead and share that with us. And also tell us more about which corners have, the opposition has come in from where, which corners against this film.
Well, currently, as you know, that court is summarizing whatever the submissions have been made, and it has pointed out that respondents in the starting of this hearing have said that this hearing should not actually happen because a similar case is pending before the Supreme Court. And the court has also reiterated that if High Court hears the case now and gives a decision, there is a chance that it could lead to conflicting or duplicacy or multiple orders because a similar case is still still pending in the Supreme Court. And we are still awaiting the final decision whether this movie is going to see the light of the day or not.
Absolutely, viewers. So this is based on what happened in June 2022. Let me just recollect for you. For the unrest, two attackers had arrived at Kanhaiya Lal Sahu's shop posing as customers. And as soon as Kanhaiya Lal started taking the measurement of one of them, the other attacked him with a knife and beheaded him. And not only this, these attackers, viewers, had captured this entire incident on camera, circulated the video online, and in fact, they went on to issue more threats. And it caused an uproar across the country. And we understand that this movie is based on that incident. Now, the Delhi High Court verdict will be pronounced shortly as we speak, any moment from now. We're going to have that verdict. What we know is that writ petition before the Supreme Court was only related to listing of matter. No order was passed with let the movie be released. Bench holds that they reject the argument to defer this hearing due to multiplicity of the case. So this is the latest update I'm getting in from the court, and in fact, viewers, this is something that is, the proceedings are underway right now, and censor board, remember, has what we understand is that there is a demand for some scenes to be cut out. Some are even trying to say that this movie should not be released. But the matter in the court, of course, is right now important. The Delhi High Court is hearing the matter. Delhi High Court has sought clarification on SC's observations on the Udaipur Files movie. It sought clarification from the parties on the observations made by the Supreme Court in connection with the proceedings pertaining to release of movie Udaipur Files. And a top court bench of Justices Sudhanshu Dhulia and Joymala Bagchi on Wednesday had refused to urgently list a plea challenging the screening of the movie and orally observed, let the film be released. Now, what's happening right now, and just for the context, viewers, the top court observation was made after a counsel appearing for one of the accused in the murder case said that the release of the film will prejudice the trial. And the High Court on Wednesday directed the producer of Udaipur Files to arrange its screening for those seeking a ban on it. Remember, the release is scheduled for 11th of July. Okay, I'm getting more updates, right? Now, the bench has rejected petitioner's argument. High Court bench has rejected petitioner's argument to defer the hearing court, saying the Supreme Court has not passed any order on merits. All right. So this is what we are learning right now. The court says, High Court says that before we advert to the submissions made by the parties, we may note the statutory scheme of the Cinematograph Act and certification of film for exhibition and regulation are concerned. Under Section 5A of the Act, the board considers the film to be suitable for unrestricted public exhibition or for exhibition with endorsement of such nature. It may grant certification with U or UA. All right, that's an important update we have right now. This is the U certificate signifies, of course, that the film is suitable for unrestricted public certification. So universal or unrestricted with parental guidance. So CBFC is remit to certify the film. Censor can make the film restricted viewing. Okay, this is the breaking news we have right now. So that's the breaking news we have. Under Section 5A of the Act, court says the board considers the film to be suitable for unrestricted public exhibition or for exhibition with endorsement of such nature. It may grant certification with the U or UA certificate. And that's the latest update we have right now. This is the breaking news I'm getting. Shambhavi, tell us more updates and bring us a context. I think it's Section 5 that the court is talking about. And if movie is restricted, then a certificate may be granted to that effect, and then the movie shall be marked as such.
Well, yes, the High Court has also mentioned that that although respondents have asked for the hearing to be postponed, the Supreme Court just denied the urgent listing of the matter and not asked the movie to be released altogether, and that is where Section 5A comes into play, which actually lays down how films are certified for public exhibition, like for public to view. And there are certain points, like CBFC have complete control over whether they can approve or reject a film for public viewing, and it can also suggest if a movie requires any kind of cut or a reviewing. So what basically the court is saying here, that if the movie has certain objectionable things or it has some things which is not suitable for everybody to watch, the movie can have...
Sharma, we just stay on with us. We have Rahul Ishwar joining us on the broadcast. From Rahul, I just want to just read out what the court has just in the latest observed. It has said that under Section 5A of the Act, the board considers the film to be suitable for unrestricted public exhibition or for exhibition with endorsement of such nature. It may grant certification with U or UA. And Section 5A of the Act, the board considers the movie suitable for public exhibition. Subsection provides if movie is restricted, then a certificate may be granted. How do you see this? Rahul?
There are two aspects to it. Let's remember, anywhere world over, creativity comes with sensitivity and liberty comes with responsibility. That's the reason why we keep on telling them creativity and liberty are twin sisters and liberty and sensitivity are twin brothers. This kind of thing should always be there. And we should find a consensus between these two. So the whole thing regarding Udaipur Files or any movie for that matter is some kind of an understanding and a consensus between these two. And this movie there has been allegation that it can cause communal riots, it can cause, has many other problems, as you may know. That's the reason why there needs to be some kind of a mediation from the court in this, and I hope court will find that sensitive balance, because court decides these things on balance of arguments. And communal sensitivities or community sensitivities has to be respected in this. Let us not forget regarding this. At the same point of time, the freedom of expression cannot be sacrificed at the all profit. That's the reason there needs to be a sensitive balance which only courts after due deliberation can come up with.
Right. Right, Rahul Ishwar, thank you so much for joining us with those details. Viewers, in fact, the court said that we not have certain guidelines. We may know that certain guidelines have been issued which have been published in the official notification. They provide objectives of film certification and mandate that the process should ensure. So, viewers, we are just moments away from the final verdict and the operational part of it. We're just going to read that out for you. And but this, of course, is something, viewers, that is much debated. What reports, and we understand from our reports, is that there already is some cuts that have been, of course, made in this movie. And in the latest that we have is that the verdict is going to be out. The Udaipur Files judgment by the Delhi High Court about the certification of the movie, about the cuts, about the restricted viewing exhibition of the movie. We will just bring you up to date with more details on that verdict. Right now, we are slipping into a very, very short break.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
जल्दी काट के दोबारा बढ़ा।
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है, इसमें कहा लिखा दिल्ली पहुंच के इसके खिलाफ नदी पे जीरो FIR कराऊंगा और सारे को सड़क पर घसीट के लाऊंगा। क्या समझते हैं ये किसी पे भी नहीं लिखा। ये करने क्या आए हो आप? आते क्यों हो यहाँ पर? वो बोला फिर वो बोला तुम्हें जात दिखाऊंगा, जाओगे कैसे? हमारे साथ ये सारे खड़े थे हमारे, मैंने पता है क्या करा, मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ छोटा सा, मैंने उसकी फोटो ली, मैं दिखा रहा हूँ 2 मिनट, आपको सारी चीजें दिखा रहा हूँ सब कुछ। 1 मिनट रुको, मैंने इसकी फोटो ली, हम दिल्ली भेजी, मैंने कहा ये आदमी है, तो तुरंत वहां से मेरे को आया फोन कि इसका नाम नदीम है। मैंने कहा भैया नदीम, तो कह रहा यस। मैंने कहा 3 मिनट में अगर तेरा नाम पता कर सकता हूँ तो तेरी क्या बिगाड़ सकता हूँ, उसको ये नहीं तेरे को पता।
क्यों बोला? अच्छा नहीं कहाँ जाएंगे, नहीं चाहता मैं उसको थोड़ी रोक सकता हूँ, वो जाएगा। कोई नहीं जा रहा है, कोई नहीं जा रहा है, यहाँ से कोई नहीं जा रहा है। ये बताओ हमारा मूव फ्लाइट करना है कल, हमारा निकल गया, बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे? बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे? कौन जाएगा? हमारे को भी ठीक है।
आपका जो कॉल है वो आपका जो है वो स्पाई सेट के साथ हमारा
हमारी व्यवस्था करवाओ ना सर। हमें भाई बदले फ्लैट चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमें जाना है बस। हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए, अगर वेदर कंडीशन के अलावा फ्लाइट कैंसिल होती है ना तो फ्लाइट सेट।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAF.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो
Udaipur Files plea in Delhi High Court. Court says up to CBFC to decide if movie is suitable for public viewing. Big setback to Indie bloc. Top court refuses to stay EC's voter list revision in Bihar. Self-styled Gunmen and prime accused of a 100 crore conversion racket Changur Baba grilled by the UP ATS. ED seeks details of Baba's assets. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Jamaluddin alias Changur Baba's illegal residence completely demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda and Rana Daggubati in the betting app scam case in Hyderabad. All right, let's begin with a breaking news development coming in which Kapil Sharma, comedian Kapil Sharma's Café in Canada, which he had opened just a couple of days back, has been fired at by some unidentified gunmen. Kapil Sharma's Café attacked in Canada. And we are getting these reports. He had opened this cafe just a couple of days back and unknown attackers now. These are pictures, in fact, the video of the firing happening at Kapil Sharma's Café in Canada, which was opened just a couple of days back. We are Cap's Café, as it was named, and this is a developing story. Unknown attackers fire at Kapil Sharma's Café and scoot. They shoot and scoot. We as yet have only these details as to what has exactly happened, which is that Kapil Sharma, the comedian, of the Great India Kapil Sharma show, the Great Indian Kapil show, his cafe, which had opened just a couple of days back in Canada, there has been a firing incident reported, and this can be seen in the pictures. Those who are firing have also made this video, possibly aimed at threatening and intimidating Kapil Sharma. And his Cap's Café in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, was shot at last night. Harjeet Singh Laddi, a Babbar Khalsa international operative, who's NIA's most wanted terrorist, has claimed ownership of this shootout, citing some remarks made by Kapil Sharma. Now, obviously, these links go back to the Khalistanis with Babbar Khalsa international operative Harjeet Singh Laddi taking ownership of this shooting. And again, the Khalistani linkages with Canada come out in open. India has been maintaining for long that the Khalistanis are not just a threat to national security of India, but are also a law and order menace for the Canadians, who for some strange reasons have happily hosted the Khalistanis. And now the law and order situation going out of control on Canadian soil, with these pictures coming in from Surrey in British Columbia, province of Canada, where most of these Khalistanis seem to be concentrated. Surrey is also the place where Hardeep Singh Nijjar was also killed a couple of years back during a gang fight. Now, moving on, back to our story under focus, which is the Udaipur Files verdict, which is slated to come anytime now at the Delhi High Court. The court is laying the grounds for its order. The court has said that the censor board can make the film restricted viewing based on its own regulations if it finds that the movie is in contravention of some of its rules. The court, in fact, has said that the ultimate responsibility of whether a movie should be watched or not watched, or can be watched or not watched, rests with the Central Board of Film Certification as per sections 5 and 5A. It's up to the CBFC to certify the film as universal viewing, in which case it is certified as U, and restricted viewing, in which case it is certified as UA, as per sections 5A and 5B of the CBFC regulations. I'm told Shambhavi is joining us live from outside the Delhi High Court, where the proceedings are going on. In fact, the verdict could be out anytime now. The court is reading the rational part of the order, where they are laying the grounds of why they have reached the conclusion that they have, or they would, as they announce the verdict para by para and line by line. Shambhavi, how long before we know the final verdict? And it seems the court is inclined to let the CBFC be the final arbiter of what the people should be watching.
Well, yes, we can get the verdict any time now. Court is reiterating sections 5A, 5C, where it has mentioned that there is a statutory guideline, there is a statutory system which needs to be followed by CBFC as well while they're deciding whether to grant certificate to a movie or not. And the court is also bound by the mandates of the sections. And it is also mentioned that although section 5 makes it very clear that High Court is the correct forum for any aggrieved to come to if they are aggrieved by the certification of any movie. But the section itself is not clear on the fact that what should be done, what is the relief given to the aggrieved, just in case CBFC has grant certification to a movie and a person is aggrieved from it. So we are still, the court is still considering whether or not this movie should be given a green light, and the verdict could be out any minute now.
Right, any minute now. And Shambhavi, of course, you will keep us updated on what's happening next, and we'll keep coming back to you as soon as the court comes out with the verdict. But we are now going back to the Kapil Sharma story, because that's also a developing story. It seems the Khalistani network stands exposed in Canada. It's for the Canadian authorities, it's for the CSIS, it's for the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, to see what's really happening with their harboring of Khalistanis. Khalistani operative, in this case, has taken ownership of this firing incident at Kapil Sharma's Café, the Caps Café, which he has opened just a few days back in Surrey of British Columbia in Canada. And this BKI, or Babbar Khalsa International operative, is Harjeet Singh Laddi. We'll try and connect with Shawan in the newsroom for more details. Harjeet Singh is someone who's on the most wanted terrorist list of NIA. His extradition has been sought from Canada, and the Canadians, for some strange reason, have been sitting over those files. And now it should act as an eye-opener for the Canadians, particularly their deep state, for the price the Canadian citizens might pay for its indulgence with these Khalistani networks. Okay, we are going to get Akanksha from the newsroom with more details on this. This is a developing story. Kapil Sharma had opened his cafe in Surrey of British Columbia in Canada just a couple of days back, and now we are having a shootout happening literally. Of course, this seems like, Akanksha is live with us. Akanksha, this seems like an intimidating Kapil Sharma, because we can see in the pictures, there is nobody inside, it seems. It's been done past the closure time of the cafe, and a video has been made of the shootout and then posted. So obviously, these Khalistani terrorists really want Kapil Sharma to be intimidated, and that's why they have carried out this act.
Well, absolutely. You see, the cafe of Kapil Sharma was attacked there in Canada. And as you rightly mentioned, as we can see in the visuals as well, there are a few unknown men as of now who came to this cafe and they fired spot. What we're learning is that they arrived in a car and they fired shots at the cafe of Kapil Sharma, which was opened just a week back in Surrey in Canada. And now it appears that they just wanted to threaten him. What we're learning so far is that Harjeet Singh Laddi, a BKI operative, that is Babar Khalsa operative, NIA's most wanted terrorist, has claimed the shootout, citing some remarks by Kapil Sharma. So it remains to be seen what has really irked him. But this is one unlawful activity that has come to the fore. This cafe was opened just a few days back, and now we're seeing these concerning visuals coming in from Canada. Fires are shot at the cafe there. But as far as this man is concerned, his name is Harjeet Singh Laddi. He is under the scanner of the National Investigation Agency. In fact, just this year, NI had filed charge sheet against him in relation to a murder case as well. And now he has claimed the responsibility for this attack. Look at those visuals that are just coming in. Unknown man firing shots at the cafe of Kapil Sharma, which was opened just a day back, just few days back. In fact, what we're learning is that they were irked by some remarks that were given by Kapil Sharma recently, and hence this is in fact a way to threaten him, intimidate him. The comedian come actor there in the visuals, very concerning visuals coming in from Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this should be an eye-opener, Akanksha, for the Canadians, for the manner in which they have conducted themselves, at least during the time of Justin Trudeau, completely ruining the relationship with India, staking the relationship with India at the behest of these Khalistanis and those elements in Canadian society who have developed deep tentacles politically also. But in the changed circumstances with the new government now renewing its contact with India, hopefully they would look at the dossier provided by India and they would get all the details about this fellow, this operative Surjeet Singh Laddi. Ramnik Man is joining us over the phone on this development. Ramnik Man, the Khalistani terrorists really coming back to haunt Canadians now, like how, and this is not just about Kapil Sharma, of course. He has, this is aimed at threatening him, but this is also aimed at law and order situation in Canadian society.
Good evening, Abhishek, and good evening to your viewers. Yes, in fact, this has been something which I have been highlighting for a long time now, that these Canadian terrorists, let me highlight this again, that these are Canadian terrorists. They are Canadian citizens and they are of Indian origin, or they may be of Sikh religion per se. But these are Canadian terrorists and they have been a menace to the Canadian society. They have tried their best to divide the Indian society, to create a wedge between Hindus and Sikhs in India. They have failed terribly so far. But now they have been targeting Indian citizens, Indian diaspora, temples, gurdwaras, and now institutions alike. So I believe attacking Kapil Sharma's cafe is more for attracting eyeballs than to, try and create fear amongst the people. So this is what I feel. For now, there are reports which have come in initially, but details have to come in. And I must also highlight that there is an umlaut between India and Canada, which demands Canada to at least, extradite 50 odd Canadian citizens and terrorists which are in Canada right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Ramnik Man. And, we have been talking about this as and when a situation emerges involving Canada and the role of Khalistanis there. This is clearly the evidence of things really going out of hand. If the Canadians and the Canadian deep state does not wake up now, then they would have blood on their hands. They would have a proper law and order situation in their hands.
They already have blood on their hands, and they have blood of Canadian citizens on their hands. This mollycoddling with the Khalistani terrorists by the previous regime. As a matter of fact, if I may, this has been generational in Canada. Justin Trudeau's father, Perry Trudeau, started this mollycoddling of Canadian terrorists. This has come to this pass that they have become a menace to the society, whether it is flesh trade, organs harvesting, whether it is drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, money laundering, or all sorts of criminal activities within the Canadian societies. You will find a big share, a huge share of.
I think we lost the line there with Ramanik Maan. I will try and connect again. Some audio issue there, connectivity issue there. And what Ramanik Maan was saying is exactly what has happened in Canada, where the Khalistanis are literally running amok, and they are a law unto themselves. Okay, Ramanik Maan is back. Ramanik, you see, the Khalistanis have become law unto themselves. And you are right in giving the historical background, because this is generational, and this has long history now of Canadian indulgence and mollycoddling. But the fact is, something has to give. If it does not change now, if the things do not change now, then we are looking at Canada in a mess.
Canada is already in a mess. It's become a playground for the Chinese intelligence agencies, it's become a playground for the Russians, for the Iranians, and for these Khalistani terrorists. And, the surprising part is the Khalistanis are their own born. They have created these Khalistanis to destabilize India, but now they are coming back to haunt them, whether it was the murder of Nijjar, whether it was the murder of Ripudaman Malik, or, when I say playground is because...
Ramanik, just sharing some details with the viewers, you also listen. NIA issued a warrant and imposed or announced a cash prize of rupees 10 lakhs or 1 million on the head of Harjeet Singh Laddi, who's carried out the shootout. And he's originally from village Garpadhan near Aur district, Nawashahar, and that's in Punjab. And the NIA had announced this last year in 2024, in the month of June. And they had released a full-fledged newspaper advertisement also. Also, Ramanik, the Khalistani operative has issued a Facebook post in which he has taken ownership. So it's like he has done it publicly. I'm told BJP's Sardar RPN Singh is joining us. Okay, he dropped out. Ramanik, I hope you are staying with us.
Yes, I am.
I was saying that it's so public. After carrying out the shootout, he has shot this on his phone, and then he has released a Facebook post also in which he's clearly taking ownership of this act.
Well, this has become a bit of a method that these, terrorists and these gangsters have been following. As a matter of fact, if you see, even in India, you will find that it's a norm these days that they will own up in a video, or they will post a video on Instagram or on Facebook. This is to, one, popularize themselves, two, instill fear amongst people, and three, build their own brand value. So this is what these, people, it's their modus operandi, per se. Abhishek.
Yeah, Ramanik, all these gangs, these Khalistani-backed gangs, including Pasia, including others, they were carrying out all these extortion and other criminal activities in India, and the Canadians thought that, okay, fine, so long as the law and order issue is for India to handle, they can exist with the Khalistanis. Not anymore, perhaps. Sardar RPN Singh of the BJP is back with us. Sardar RPN Singh, we have been discussing it often that at some stage, the Canadians might start paying the price for this indulgence with Khalistanis. That seems to be happening now.
Well, my name is Sardar RP Singh. RPN Singh is a...
I'm so sorry, Sardar RP Singh.
Yeah. As far Khalistanis goes, and the way they are conducting themselves in Canada today, and the way they are playing like a gangster in Canada. Remember Hillary Clinton, what she said. She said, if you have snakes in the backyard, you keep snakes in the backyard, ultimately they're going to come and bite you itself. That's happening in Canada. And then soon you will find things will go from bad to burst, because the intent or the DNA of the person doesn't change. So their basic system is to blackmail people, to threaten people, to make money out of this, and then to extort money from people by doing such activity. And then they are onto it. And I just heard a gentleman saying about Ripudaman Singh Malik. When he was killed, and then as per me, Nijjar was killed in retaliation to Ripudaman Singh Malik's killing.
Yeah.
But, Canada went ahead and said, "Oh, there are credible allegations, no evidence," and then they were trying to safeguard some interest. We don't know whom they were trying to safeguard. They were trying to safeguard certain interest, or on someone's behest, they were trying to arm twist India. But fact is that ultimately, who's the sufferer? Now, if Kapil Sharma's outlet is being attacked, now people who would have invested in Canada will not like to invest again, or they will like to take the investments back from Canada.
Absolutely. In fact, Sardar R.P. Singh, this is a conversation we have been having often, that the Canadians will pay a price for this, and that seems to be happening with this law and order situation. And look at the brazenness, look at the cockiness with which this is done. He's carrying out the shootout, and he's shooting it himself on his phone, and he's releasing the video, and he's releasing it on with a Facebook post that he did this, and he did this for this reason. Now, you think Kapil Sharma's life could be under threat in India also, R.P. Singh? I think we lost him there again. Ramnik Man, if you are there.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Ramnik, you think Kapil Sharma's life could be under threat in India also, given the kind of targeting that has happened now of his Canadian cafe?
Well, that needs to be investigated for one, because it appears that this attack is to essentially establish fear and a brand value for the terrorist himself.
No, but Ramanik, remember that these Khalistanis have been carrying out acts of terror, acts of threat and intimidation and extortion and even murder in India, operating from there, these gangs.
Yes, they have been, and they have been involved in several murders and several extortions. And they're more or less a friendly for a very long time now. But it's very difficult to, conclude today if, Kapil's life is under threat in India as well or not.
Okay, Ramnik, I'm reading from the translation of the post that Surjit has put in Punjabi. And it says that in an episode of Kapil Sharma's comedy show, The Kapil Sharma Show, a character made some humorous remarks about dress or behavior of Nihang Sikhs. These remarks were considered to hurt the religious sentiments of Nihang Sikhs. This mockery is a mockery of Sikh spiritual traditions and the dignity of Nihangs. No religion or spiritual identity can be made fun of in the guise of comedy. So obviously he's taking the subterfuge behind, religion being mocked in the comedy show to target Kapil Sharma. Is that a difficult territory to negotiate, Ramnik?
Yes, it is indeed a very, very difficult territory to negotiate, at least for Kapil, if that sort of a thing has happened on his show. I haven't seen the show, I'll not be able to comment on it, but if that has happened and if the level of mockery has gone insane, then I can surely conclude that he's trying to negotiate in troubled waters. Yes.
Yeah, there might be trouble because the post ends with, if Kapil Sharma does not apologize publicly. It abruptly ends there. Unless this is incomplete, I think there is an element of threat in the post, which means that Kapil Sharma would continue to be targeted for the show and one particular episode where, according to these Khalistani terrorists, intimidating Kapil Sharma in Canada, that they did not like, and it has hurt their religious sentiments. The portrayal, according to them, of the Nihang Sikhs in Kapil Sharma comedy show. On that note, we move on. In fact, we are building up to that very important verdict coming in from the Delhi High Court any time now, which is on the Udaipur Files, on which the Delhi High Court is adjudicating. In fact, it has already said that it is up to the CBFC to decide if the movie is suitable for public viewing, and final verdict awaited. Coming up on the other side.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो बंटवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime। रहो बेफिक्र।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAF Jaguar.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime। रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime। रहो बेफिक्र।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAF Jaguar.